Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our latest live stream. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We haven't gone live in a few days, so I wanted to go live for some of the severe weather that we got ongoing. There isn't anything significant. We've actually had a little bit more significant activity not too long ago. I'm going to kind of go over what we've seen so far, as well as what to expect over the next few hours. But if you ever are just joining us for the first time, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to like the video as well. I would really appreciate it. This live stream might be about an hour or two, maybe a little bit less than that. We'll kind of see what happens, but I'm going to kind of go over what we got going as of right now, because we do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings out there. That's primarily right now in Nebraska. So as of right now, back out to the west, this is currently in central portions of Nebraska. We have an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning, currently warned for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and as well as some quarter-sized hail. I can't rule out that hailstone sizes are slightly larger than that. We've seen possibly $half to even ping pong ball sized hail with this storm prior times, so I definitely can't rule out that we still have some large hail going with this storm as of right now. This storm is currently shifting down to the southeast, and it is basically a huge cluster of storms right now. We'll see more of this storm activity develop over the next few hours, and there's actually a slight risk for severe weather tonight. That's kind of why I'm moving live as well, because there's actually been an upgraded risk to a slight risk of severe weather. But we also have another storm on going off just to the east of that. This does include areas near North Loop as well as Ord. This currently includes the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, $half sized hail. Also a possible for a tornado threat does exist with this storm. There actually has been rotation with this storm, which we're going to get to in just a second as well. Has had some rotation for probably at least the last 15 to 20 minutes, so we've been watching this one pretty closely as well. Overall tornado chances with any storms tonight are going to be very low, but I cannot rule out maybe a briefer weak tornado at some point down the road, but that's obviously kind of a very low end threat right now. Again, this storm's currently moving down to the south and southeast, so we'll have to watch this one pretty closely. And again, severe thunderstorm watch is going to be ongoing in southern portions of Nebraska for the next 4 hours, so definitely make sure you're aware of that. We also have some storms already developing now back out into southern portions of Nebraska. This is currently off closer to Cambridge and obviously off to the north of that, north of 34. These storms also could potentially become severe here over the next hour or two as those move off to the east as well. There's also going to be a potential for severe weather even further to the south, and I just closed out of that. Where in the world did that thing go? Okay, we got a bug, I think. All right, 1 second. I think I might have to restart this. Yeah, we're gonna have to restart this real quick. I lost my thing, but I was going to show you the outlook for tonight. Let's go and take a look at that and give you an idea of what we're looking at for the overall severe weather outlook across the Central Plains tonight, because there will be a possibility that we see some severe weather tonight in other locations. Here's a look at the severe weather potential for tonight. There is a slight risk of severe weather, as I mentioned before. Honestly, you could probably go ahead and extend that into this area as well. There's probably going to be at least a few severe storms in this area, widely scattered. There's a marginal threat of severe weather that does extend down into portions of Kansas and as well as eastern Colorado. Now, this storms over in Colorado have pretty much already happened. Kerala, maybe another isolated storm or two, but overall the severity of those storms will be low. There's also a marginal threat for severe weather back out into areas like central portions of Indiana, as well as central portions of Illinois, as well as a little marginal risk of severe weather back out on the East Coast near areas like Maryland, as well as Virginia. So there's actually a couple of other areas included tonight in that potential for some severe weather. But again, the main area tonight will be this area that I've been covering here just to start this live stream off, and we're definitely going to see more severe weather from where this came from. All right, let's go over to the velocities, give you an idea of what we're looking at in this storm in terms of rotation, because again, there has been some rotation with this storm so far, and the ongoing area of rotation is currently near Ord. It's currently broad. It's still very broad at this point. We saw a little bit more tighter rotation earlier. It is definitely producing some strong winds though, but again, if there were to be a tornado, it'd be located somewhere right about there. But overall, again, it's not a tornado warning. No reason to panic. Just make sure you're aware of this storm as it moves down to the south, because it will definitely have that possibility for some sort of at least low-end tornado threat as that drifts down to the south and southeast. So definitely something to watch very closely over the next little while. And here's a look at the correlation coefficient, by the way, definitely indicating some hailstone sizes between, again, possibly up to $half, maybe even up to ping pong ball sized hail. Here's a look at the hail radar as of right now, and we'll take a look at that and kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at in terms of hail. And the overall hail with this storm so far, for the most part, has been, it looks like ping pong ball sized hail, or maybe just slightly less than that. It did indicate as high as possibly 3 to 3.5 inches of hail. I don't think it was that high, to be honest. Let's go and take a look at the reports on this, because there was actually a couple of reports on this storm initially. Let me go back over to the live radar. And we actually had golf ball sized hail reported up in Garfield County, so that was over in Burwell, and there was also a 60-mile-per-hour wind report over in the same area, Burwell. We also had $half sized hail, same area, Burwell, and as well as back up to the north of that, we also had quarter sized hail. So obviously the hailstone sizes have increased as the storms move down to the south and southeast, and I definitely, again, cannot rule out that we still have some larger hailstone sizes than $half as of right now. Again, this is dragging right now down to the south and southeast, so definitely gonna be a storm to watch pretty closely. Alrighty, again, welcome everybody Hope everybody's having a great and fantastic evening. And again, this is going to be mainly Nebraska coverage, but if there's any other severe weather, again, we'll go over that as well. If you have any questions about any other weather as well, you can always leave those in the chat. And if you're just tuning in, I would appreciate if you hit the like button. Welcome back, Metaverse. How you doing? Welcome back, as well as Christian, Yoshi, Donna Various, or Vicious. I don't know how to say your name, but welcome back. Gabe, hope you're doing well. How you doing, Dale? Welcome back. Hey, Melanie, how you doing? Welcome back. Is it dangerous? Well, honestly, the storms that we have right now, these are actually fairly dangerous. I mean, they look obviously fairly nasty by radar. These are definitely some dangerous storms, though. I mean, they're definitely producing the severe weather components that they are warned for right now. And we're going to see more storms from where this came from. Obviously, there's more developing now back out into portions of southern and as well as even central portions of Nebraska now. These will be other ones to watch as well, because again, all modes of severe weather are possible. Tornado threat's pretty low. I'm honestly going to say that it's a very, very low threat. Definitely can't rule out a brief tornado, but I'm definitely primarily concerned about that overall damaging wind threat, as well as some potentially large to very large hail. Again, we've already been up to golf ball size, and again, I can't rule out that it gets a little bit larger than that as we go out throughout the next 2 hours. So definitely gonna be something to watch pretty closely. Welcome back, 1920s. How you doing? Yeah, the rotation's definitely possibly with that hail core. It's definitely not out of the question, but as of right now, again, the storm is currently warned for a tornado possible, so definitely have to kind of keep that in consideration as well. And the rotation is actually shown on almost every radar site that I've looked at, which is not overly common, even though, I mean, the radar site that we should be using right now is actually down. I'm not sure if it's for maintenance or something like that, but it's this one right over here, KLNX. The one that we're actually using right now is down here to the south and southern portions of Nebraska. That will come into more handy as these storms move down to the south and east, though, without a doubt. Hey, excuse me. How you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, big storm yesterday, did you? Kansas City probably won't see a whole lot tonight. Low chance for anything. There might be an isolated storm later tonight, but it's a very low-end threat of severe weather. If anything, you'll probably just see some strong storms for tonight. Hey, Claudius, how you doing? Welcome back. Another live stream. I know, I haven't done a live stream in a few days. It's felt like a while. I went live because I haven't done one in a while. I kind of wanted to go live. And again, we actually have some severe weather ongoing tonight. We haven't had really we've had a few severe thunderstorm watches, but nothing like this in a while, at least for the last like 3 or 4 days. The last time we really had any severe weather was really back in, it was a little while ago. It was back on the Northeast severe weather event. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued for Sheridan Lake and as well as Chivington, if you're seeing that right, as well as Brandon. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as half-dollar sized hails possible with this storm. And that storm, again, hail core is right there, located just to the west of 385. Storm is currently moving off to the east. Warning does not expire until 7:30 Central or 8:30 Mountain Time. So, again, they'll be moving off to the east. We have some other storm activity back out to the west of that. Definitely can't rule out, again, a little bit of isolated or localized flooding with a couple of these storms, especially if they can become stationary as those, again, move off to the east. But our main storms, as I mentioned before, tonight will, again, be in Nebraska. They will be drifting down into northern portions of Kansas. Again, low threat of severe weather down in Kansas tonight, a little bit higher in Nebraska. Again, slight risk of severe weather right now. I know exploration, I know, it's crazy. Sorry, I am behind on questions, by the way, so if you've asked anything, I am a little bit behind. How's Texas doing? It's hot. It is very, very hot. That's all I gotta say. It's been a brutal summer so far. I mean, I know North Texas has been shattering, not really shattering records, but they've been shattering the heat at this point in terms of, you know, it's been low 100s, low to mid 100s for a while. The 7-day forecast, I believe tomorrow is supposed to be 106 in DFW, so it's gonna be another hot one, another scorcher over in North Texas. And I know Wichita Falls, which is pretty much close, it's very close to the Oklahoma and Texas border. If you're not familiar with the area, Wichita Falls is forecasted to have almost an entire month of hundreds. We've not, in Wichita Falls specifically, there's not been a single day this month so far that's been under 100 degrees to the high temperature. So it's been brutal up there too. That's it's a bit for it's about northwest of DFW per se. So it's kind of, again, it's near Childress, North Abilene, that sort of area. Hey Moxie, how you doing? Welcome back. Hey, Brian from Scotland. How you doing? Welcome back. Keena, I'm not sure where Syracuse, Kansas is, but if that's in northern Kansas, there will be a possibility. Central Kansas is a little bit less. Overall, severe weather may be possible in northern Kansas tonight, but again, it's going to be a low-end threat up that direction. Hey, Midnight, how you doing? Welcome back. As well as Sherry. How you doing? Welcome back. Do you want me to call you Cherry or Sherry? How much rainfall does St. Charles get tonight and tomorrow over in Missouri? Let me take a look for you. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot over there. Take a look. Where is St. Charles? Is that like northern Missouri? I can just look it up. St. Charles. Let's take a look. St. Charles is over in... Oh, it's over near St. Louis. Okay. St. Louis, so that area, probably not going to see a whole lot of rain tonight. I mean, let me take a look at what's being estimated, but I think most of the activity will probably be light to moderate rain tonight. Let me take a look, though. Currently forecasted, it's going to be somewhere between about maybe up to 1/2 inch of rain, possibly. That's if you really get, like, the main core of the rain tonight. Otherwise, let me take a look at this other computer model. Actually, the other one shows it's going to get as high as 1 to 2 inches of rain. But I would probably safely estimate somewhere between around 1/2 inch to 1 inch. I'm doing good, Moxie. Thanks for asking. I'm doing pretty good. Actually, by the way, I did not mention this already. I got a new office chair, so hopefully it goes well. The other one squeaked a lot, and we are now with a new office chair. Feels a lot better. Topeka, overall, that sort of region is going to see fairly... We are now, wait, let me get to this real quick. We are now to a destructive severe thunderstorm warning of 90-mile-per-hour winds. This is breaking news, basically. 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible for Broken Bow. So, again, destructive severe thunderstorm warning was just issued. This basically means that we're looking at significant severe weather here in terms of high winds. And not really a hail threat with this storm anymore, but 90-mile-per-hour winds. Again, that's heading down to the southeast as of right now. So get away from windows, lowest floor possible. Treat it as if it's a tornado warning, because again, 90-mile-per-hour winds is basically an EF1 tornado. So we're talking significant damaging winds right now as this heads down to the southeast. Again, breaking news on this situation. Very, very strong downburst. You can see the white and black areas there. Might not be hail. That actually might be some sort of microburst or something like that ongoing right now. Again, that's moving down to the south and southeast as of right now, going toward, again, Broken Bow, Myrna, excuse me. It's also the other area included. Again, this is currently heading down to the southeast. So again, make sure you're getting away from windows. This is, again, a very dangerous situation as this heads down to the southeast right now at about 30 miles per hour. Let me go over to the downburst wind potential on this. Let's take a look if we have anything on that. And the downburst wind potential is around 70 miles per hour, which that is actually pretty rare for this sort of tool to actually have that high. Current velocities on the storm are being estimated on the base velocity, which is not usually the most accurate. It's around 60. So I'm definitely assuming it's higher than that. Let me go over to the other radar here. Let's go to the storm relative velocity and take a look. The velocities are extremely... at least on radar scope, I just looked a second ago, radar scope is extremely high on these winds right now, and a little area there representing possibly 90-mile-per-hour winds. So again, gusts around 90 miles per hour will be possible with this storm. Again, heading down to the southeast is again a very dangerous situation on this severe thunderstorm warning. 90-mile-per-hour winds is not a joke. It's basically like, again, we have confirmation on this. So this is observed wind speeds. Again, just to repeat, this is observed. This is not radar indicated. We've actually got law enforcement report. Deputies estimate 90-mile-per-hour winds along Highway 2. Multiple trees are down. So that's, again, basically breaking news now over in, again, Custer County, Nebraska. Again, this heading down to the southeast. Latest information, again, we've now had confirmation of 90-mile-per-hour winds with this cell. And again, this is a brand new warning, just got issued. It's moving down to the southeast as of right now. Broken Bow, Myrna, as well as Victoria Springs State Recreational Area are all included, again, in this severe thunderstorm warning. It will eventually go toward Mason City. It's basically going to go right along Route 2 and going down to the south and southeast. So, again, very dangerous situation that we're looking at here. Make sure you're getting away from windows. If you know anybody in this area, just make sure that they are aware of this storm. Again, it's a very dangerous situation that we're looking at here. And I'll take a look at the hail radar real quick. I'm pretty sure hail's not the threat, though. The emergency management only reported 90-mile-per-hour winds, which typically means that's our main threat. And actually, most likely with this system that we're looking at right now, these downburst winds are I'm almost guarantee you the downburst winds are actually what's showing up on radar right now. If we go back over to the severe thunderstorm warning, this black and white area there, that's typically hail in most instances, but that's probably strong downburst winds right now that we're looking at there on radar. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Again, 90-mile-per-hour winds. It's heading down to the southeast. Again, those in Broken Bow, anywhere in Myrna, make sure you're getting away from windows. Treat it, again, as if it was a tornado warning, because, again, 90-mile-per-hour winds are just like an EF1 tornado, except they can be more widespread than a tornado. So just keep that in mind. Again, very dangerous situation as it heads down to the southeast if you're just tuning in. Again, right now, 90-mile-per-hour winds in Nebraska. And yes, 90-mile-per-hour winds are basically like a Category 1 hurricane. Again, it only lasts a few minutes, but... And we also have a special weather statement that just got issued on the northeast part of the storm. It's basically over here near Sargent. This is now 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and that's not severe, but definitely make sure you're keeping that in mind. Again, if you're anywhere in Nebraska, southern Nebraska tonight, make sure you're getting your precautions in place. We could definitely see some significant severe weather. And again, 90-mile-per-hour winds is not something that you want to be messing with. This is extremely dangerous. And again, the severe weather threat for today, again, was fairly low by the Storm Prediction Center. So I'm actually glad I went live. I was kind of thinking I wouldn't go live, but obviously very significant severe weather that we got ongoing already with this system. And it's not going to get really worse than this. It will probably stay right around this level, if not maybe slightly more increased, because we will see more storms developing over the next couple of hours. But again, overall, the threat should be on the, again, low to medium side in my kind of terms. So we're talking about widely scattered severe weather tonight. And that's basically what we got going so far. We also got another upgrade on this warning. This is currently near North Loop. That's currently for the potential for damaging winds now up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as the potential for half-dollar sized hail. There's no longer a tornado possible label on this warning, and this is actually a new severe thunderstorm warning. So rotation, it seems like, has subsided for the most part, which is good news. There's still a little bit, but it's very broad. We'll have to watch that cell as well pretty closely. Again, that is going down to the southeast towards Coatesfield. So again, very significant severe weather ongoing. And again, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're 9 likes away from 100, so make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. All right. Mini derecho, yeah, kind of. It's basically what we're looking at right now with this cell. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning down to the southwest of that. This is for Callaway, 60-mile-per-hour winds, as well as penny-sized hail possible. That is also going toward Lodi and Presney State Wildlife Management Area. So new warning down that way as well. So again, most severe thunderstorm as of right now is going toward Broken Bow. Again, life-threatening winds that we're looking at as this heads down to the south and southeast. Very significant severe weather out of this cell. Again, this kind of came out of nowhere. Obviously, we had a report. Again, this is confirmation. This is no longer radar indicated. We've had confirmation of a 90-mile-per-hour wind gust by emergency management. Again, deputies reported that on Highway 2. Multiple trees, again, are down, and this storm is, again, heading down to the southeast right now. Yeah, unfortunately, 90-mile-per-hour winds do a lot of damage, especially to mobile homes and whatnot. So, again, it kind of came out of nowhere. I know a lot of people are not going to probably be aware of this. And try your best, at least if you know anybody in this area, anywhere in southern Nebraska, if you have any friends in this area, family, anything like that, make sure they're aware of this. Make sure you're sharing at least something with them. Make sure, you don't have to share my post. You just need to make sure that they are aware that there's some severe weather possibly coming their way. And damaging winds going to, again, be the main concern tonight. I'm going to kind of see if we have any sort of feed on this, any traffic cams or anything like that. I don't think we do, but we'll definitely take a look. Yeah, this is over near Broken Bow. Take a look if we got any angles on this storm at all. And this is, again, kind of in central portions of Nebraska. Again, it's heading down to the south. So, again, dangerous situation over in Broken Bow as of right now. We do have one little cam on it, but it's not looking the right way. That's in rain right now, and it's not with this storm. We have another cam on it, but not really showing a whole lot. So as of now, we don't have a whole lot of a view on this. Again, we'll keep you updated if we get any sort of camera views on this. I don't think there's a whole lot of storm chasers out there today, so we're not going to really have anything from them either. Yeah, it's basically a tornado warning. Again, 90-mile-per-hour winds it's essentially an EF1 tornado that we're looking at with these sort of downburst winds. Again, the winds may have subsided down to maybe 60 or 70. The velocities have not shown up to 90 at all at this storm yet. But again, it was confirmed that we saw 90-mile-per-hour winds back over in where the deputies reported over back off near Highway 2. So that's what we've seen so far. Winds are still estimated right around 90 back up here, but that might be a little bit of a radar glitch, a little bit of maybe some congestion. As of right now, they're still around 50, but again, it's been confirmed at 90, and the winds being estimated back then were only 60. So we are definitely probably still looking at very high winds with this cell as it moves down to the south and southeast. Again, 90-mile-per-hour winds is what is confirmed on this right now. And Shelly dropping the $50 super chat. Oh my goodness. Shelly, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That came out of absolutely nowhere. I really appreciate that, Shelly. Thank you. Really do appreciate that, Shelly. Thank you. You have tied the highest super chat ever on this channel. Thank you. Appreciate that. Kind of came out of nowhere. Appreciate that, Shelly. Will that storm hit Kentucky? No, Kentucky's gonna stay dry tonight. Hey, Roy, do what you gotta do, man. Membership is not the most important thing. Make sure you are getting through these tough times. Don't be concerned about renewing your membership here. Is Kansas City in the path of these storms? Kansas City might see some storms later, but I don't expect them to be severe. I mean, obviously to this extent, we're not going to be seeing that again. We've already seen 90-mile-per-hour winds with this. I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to this extent over near Kansas City, but we definitely could see maybe some strong storms over that direction. And again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning. Again, it's going toward Broken Bow, which I know is a little bit more populated. Again, we just had a confirmation not too long ago, only about 13 minutes ago now, over in Anselmo, currently have 90-mile-per-hour winds. Again, that was reported by emergency management in the area on Highway 2. So again, multiple trees are down. That is, again, our latest report from Highway 2. And again, this storm's currently heading down to the southeast. So a very dangerous storm, again, heading down to the southeast as of right now. Shelly, again, I really do appreciate that. That really came out of nowhere. I really appreciate that. Hey, Jill, how are you doing? Welcome back. Appreciate that. Let me go over to the mesoscale discussion. I haven't actually looked at that. I don't know if they have a new one. All right, no. There's actually a mesoscale discussion, though, over in southern portions of Arizona for some gusty winds. That's about it. And that actually, by the way, just to remind you, the severe thunderstorm watch tonight actually does have a low tornado possibility. So that's actually updated now. There is actually a low chance of a tornado. Again, usually it's very low when we don't have any tornado potential, but there's actually a low chance. The low really just means maybe one brief tornado. But again, damaging winds and large hail being the main threats tonight. And again, these storms will be moving down to the south and east. Thanks, Christian. I appreciate it. Yeah, again, if you haven't liked the live stream, I would appreciate it. Would really appreciate that. All right. Somebody said there was a traffic cam or something like that down here to the south. Let me look. All right, this warning's just been updated, and we're still on 90-mile-per-hour winds. So there's not been any update to the wind speeds on this storm. Still 90-mile-per-hour winds going into Broken Bow right now. And again, very, very potent cell as it heads down to the south and southeast. Very, very dangerous cell. Currently heading into Broken Bow. I'm going to go look at Lexington. Is there anything there? No. I haven't seen really any cameras on this yet. All right, yeah, sorry. To answer your question about Topeka, you might have a really low-end chance for severe weather. Very low chance. Let's see. Yeah, if you're in Broken Bow, again, make sure you're getting away from windows. Treat this as if it's a tornado warning, because again, 90-mile-per-hour winds can literally rip through roofs in most instances. We've seen it with storms before, and we've actually seen roofs be damaged pretty significantly from 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. I mean, it is not out of the ordinary that we could see some very strong winds from this as it moves down to the southeast. And again, it's going to be going right along Route 2, or Highway 2, excuse me. And again, we've already had a confirmation, again, from emergency management back up in Anselmo that we already had a 90-mile-per-hour wind gust on Highway 2. Again, multiple trees are down in that area. I'm going to get a look and see if we have any power outages being reported yet, because again, that could be something we have to look at a little bit on this, because that will give us an idea of, again, if we're seeing any power outages in this area. Let's take a look. And it looks like we're actually not in an area where we can get that information. Apparently central Nebraska doesn't go through this website. This is in central, so that's near North Platte. Okay, so we actually don't, I don't know if we'll be able to get the information. We'll get probably some other way. Let me look on this. If anybody is in Nebraska, by the way, if you've been hit by any of these storms, definitely make sure to let me know if you have any reports or anything like that. Again, make sure you stay safe if you're trying to get any of those reports as well. Again, this is still ongoing for 90-mile-per-hour winds. Again, currently into Broken Bow. Let me go back over to the velocities. I'm not sure if the velocities will show much. And the velocities are showing a lot more than they showed before, but a lot of this is just congestion up here. We're definitely seeing very high winds, because usually it does not show these really high wind numbers unless we're seeing high winds. We are probably still around 80 miles per hour, maybe even up to 90 still. Again, the winds are being estimated closer to areas near Broken Bow, around 90, so we're definitely possibly seeing those high winds still. I'm not sure if we have any airports in the area. Let me go and see if we have any METAR data coming in over here. Take a look. We have a new wind report coming in at the airport of a 74-mile-per-hour wind gust as well with this cell that's just coming in. Again, that is going through Ord. That just went through Ord. We have now a new report of 74 miles per hour with this cell. And again, that's heading down to the southeast towards Coatesfield, excuse me. We have a report, by the way, from the METAR data. I just showed it on screen here a second ago. We have actually the latest on this cell. This was 6 minutes ago. I don't believe the peak winds happened 6 minutes ago. I think they're happening right now, or maybe just slightly before this. But this is the latest update. We have a 68 mile per hour, at least a report from a METAR station in this area. That's again an airport estimating the wind speeds, but that was again 6 minutes or 7 minutes ago now. That was, I don't believe, with the peak of this storm. So that's again just a new update on this cell. I believe the peak winds are probably happening right now as it moves into Broken Bow. So just an update on that. I agree with that. Quad, I definitely agree with that. Thank you, Orlando, Shy, as well as Travis are subscribing. And by the way, if you have subscribed and I have missed your subscription message, I do apologize, but I do appreciate you subscribing. Yeah, if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. We are only 400 subscribers away from 11,000. All right, let's see. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the chat as well. Again, this is the ongoing cell, again, in Nebraska, moving down to the southeast, again, producing damaging winds up to 90 miles per hour. So, again, this is not a cell to be messing with. We have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing as of right now, again, in Nebraska. We have a couple of others ones. I believe we actually have one over near Las Vegas. That might have already expired, but those overall are not going to be included in our live stream tonight. And yeah, the one over in Las Vegas expired. We have one in Arizona. Again, the warning count will only be including what we're covering tonight. We're actually up to 4. We actually have one down in Colorado. So that's our latest update. We will cover any severe weather as well back out on the East Coast and as well as over into the southern Midwest as well. We actually have some ongoing severe, or have a potential for low-end chance of severe weather tonight over in Illinois and Indiana. Very low chance, but possibility. Sorry, okay, I apologize for forgetting about bringing you some rain. I wish I could. I wish. I'm so with you. I mean, we really need rain, especially down in the southern plains and anywhere in the southwest. Hoping we have something soon, but unfortunately, it just looks to be a very, very dry summer right now. Yeah, we're talking, again, 90 miles per hour is not something to be messing with. And again, this storm actually, we have another report of 59 miles per hour, and we also have one of 74 miles per hour. Again, one was at the airport of a 74 mile per hour wind gust. And again, that does include areas going towards, again, Coatesfield, I believe, as well as Woolbatch. I believe that's the name. And again, this is a storm also producing winds as high as 75 miles per hour. And again, wind threat has now been, again, observed and confirmed, along with the other storm. Again, the destructive supercell that we have going right now near Highway 2 is also producing the same threats. Again, winds up to 90 miles per hour, again, have been confirmed with this cell. Again, it's heading down to the south as of right now. Christian, a lot of people in North Texas did get rain on Thursday, which, again, was actually very beneficial. It didn't bring a whole lot, or maybe about 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, but we'll take any rain that you can get. I mean, it obviously cooled down the atmosphere even for about a day, too. I mean, it cooled it for the entire day, and obviously the following day it cooled it by a couple of degrees, so it was definitely beneficial. Thank you, Rock, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Omaha will see a pretty low chance for any severe weather tonight. Most of the storms are going to stay off to your west. Severe weather is primarily going to focus in southern Nebraska and eventually into portions of northern and northeastern Kansas. I can't rule out maybe a storm closer to Omaha, but I do believe the overall severity of the storms will be staying closer to areas in southern Nebraska. As of right now, not a whole lot of rotation. We've seen a little bit of broad rotation from earlier. We actually did a tornado possible label on this cell. The rotation is fairly broad right now, but this storm did have a little bit of rotation earlier. This is, again, the ones producing extremely strong downburst winds up again to 90 miles per hour as of right now. And again, it's heading down to the south and southeast. So again, those over near Ansley as well as Mason City, definitely make sure you're taking your proper precautions because, again, this storm is heading down that direction. And 90 mile per hour winds is not something you want to be messing with. Yeah, it's basically like a DF1 tornado that we're talking about here. It's just in the form of strong downburst winds, and it's also in the form of actually being guaranteed winds at this point as it moves down to the southeast. No problem, Connie. Thank you, Christy, for the $5 super chat. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Christy. Really do appreciate your generous donation as well. Thank you. Hey, Bordeaux, how you doing? Welcome back. Any tornado warnings? Nope. Tornado warning counter, by the way, is below me. It's at the bottom of the screen, just for your reference. Again, that'll be updated. If there's ever a tornado warning, that should always be updated. So, or if I'm on a tornado warning, that's the other one. But that does, again, tornado warning counter only includes tornado warnings. It does not include tornado possibles. Now, we don't have any tornado possible labels on any severe thunderstorm warnings, but just kind of for reference, that's always a possibility. Again, there's been storms that have already rotated tonight, so we're going to have to watch, again, a very low chance for a tornado tonight. Do you drink? Oh, yeah, Death, it's just water. It's flavored water. There's like this little cartridge. I'll show you here real quick. This cartridge thing is actually a flavor. That's what you drink out of. It's basically water, just flavored. Sorry, I know it makes noise. I'll have to start muting my mic because I actually realized that when I went back to watch one of my last live streams, it started making noise, and I was like, I didn't even realize that until now. All right, let me go back over to the velocity. Let me go to the correlation coefficient. I am curious. As of right now, the winds, this might also be a little bit of hail, but the winds seem to be pretty strong. If that is wind and not hail, we're definitely looking at some pretty high winds. Again, that's near Highway 2. Let me go over to the velocities here. Again, we're looking at some pretty high winds. The highest winds seem to be over here. Let me go over back to the METAR data on this as well. Take a look and see if we have any information on the wind gust speed. And 68 is the latest update. And again, that was from 12 minutes ago. That was before the main storm entered, so we'll have to watch that closely. The storm, I don't think there's anything on this storm that's concerning. It's mainly just wind down to the south, if that's what you're talking about. Over near Callaway, yeah. That storm's primarily wind. Oh, we're talking about back here? This little thing back here? A little bit of something there. We'll watch it closely. It's mainly, I think, wind right now, but definitely can't rule out that it develops into something. The storms that have a better chance of any rotation will probably be the ones that are moving from a bit more west-northwest to east-southeast. Which that is an example of one. There's actually a pretty decent little... At least it's downburst winds. It's not really a whole lot of a hook yet. Definitely has a little bit of inflow, though. We'll have to watch that one closely as well. New report of 90-mile-per-hour winds at Broken Bow Airport. Okay, thank you, Slippy. So, oh, yeah, we actually have a new report. So, 90-mile-per-hour winds have just recently been confirmed on this storm at the Broken Bow Airport. So, again, we're looking at very high winds with this still. We actually, again, this was at the METAR data, so that was from the other airport, or at least whatever was measuring this, which I'm almost 100% sure was something in the airport. But there was a 68-mile-per-hour wind gust at 7:18, and again, at 7:25, once the storm entered with the very strong downburst winds, it was at 90 miles per hour, and again, in Broken Bow. So again, stay away from windows. If you're anywhere out in front of this storm, again, Ansley as well as Mason City and Berwyn are all on the track of this over the next several minutes. If you're in any of these locations, treat it as if it's a tornado warning. This is essentially 90-mile-per-hour winds. It's basically like a Category 1 hurricane that lasts a few minutes, and as well as like an EF1 tornado. I mean, we're looking at a more widespread event though. So again, very significant situation. The 90-mile-per-hour winds have now lasted let's see, 7:07 as well as 7:25. They've lasted about 15 to 20. They've lasted at least 20 minutes now in terms of the 90-mile-per-hour wind. So this likely isn't just your ordinary microburst that lasts a few minutes. This seems to be much more long tracked in terms of damaging winds right now. So again, very serious situation that we got going as of right now. We're also upgraded to ping pong ball sized hail in this storm just to make it even worse. Obviously not anything that is great at this point. Ping pong ball sized hail can definitely damage some vehicles if you're driving on the interstate or not in the interstate, any of the highways over here. Again, the hail core as of right now is basically over Broken Bow. It looks like the main area of those could be right here, just north or along 70. So again, 90-mile-per-hour winds, ping pong ball sized hail. Again, recent confirmation just came in from the Broken Bow Airport of 90-mile-per-hour winds. And again, a lot of severe weather ongoing. Again, we'll keep you updated with everything that you need to know over the next several hours as the severe weather moves down to the southeast. Again, extremely dangerous storms in Nebraska right now that we're looking at. Hey Shane, how you doing? Thanks, G2, I appreciate it. Gone, I do read comments. Yes, I do. It just depends on the situation. Again, if we have a lot of warnings ongoing, I don't typically look at chat too much. Let me get back over to the live cams. I'm going to see if we have any view on this. Again, there hasn't been a whole lot of a view on any of these storms yet. We've been in a very central Nebraska doesn't actually have a whole lot of cameras, so it's not very easy to find anything. Again, obviously, there's no storm chasers out there tonight. There wasn't really much known of event tonight that we're going to see. And obviously, a lot of the severe weather has just came out of almost nowhere. So we're looking at a lot of severe weather right now. Again, not many people were expecting or even prepared for this. So if you know anybody in Nebraska, anywhere in southern Nebraska, anywhere in southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Kansas, just make sure they're aware of these storms tonight. Again, make sure you're sharing that with your friends or family that might live in this area. Again, you have to share my live stream. You can literally just tell them or message them. Just make sure you're aware of that severe weather tonight because there will be a possibility. Again, all storms right now moving either the south or southeast. Thank you, Grace, for subscribing. So Nebraska has been hit hard this season. Yeah, that's without a doubt. Hey Vicky, how you doing? Welcome back. Broken Bow is to the east of you. Or if you're back off to the west, you're fine. Broken Bow, though, right here is currently this is moving down to the southeast. So again, we just had, recent report came in and 90-mile-per-hour winds at Broken Bow. Again, it's moving down to the southeast. So basically, areas in the track right now are Berwyn, as well as Ansley and Mason City. I would put a track on this, but I don't think it's going 30. I think it's going to be more than that. I'm going to put a track on this, but timing might be slightly slow on this. Let me go and put a timing guide on this if I can find it. They actually don't have timing on here anymore. Or maybe I'll wait on that. I have to figure out how to do timing. I don't know if they removed that. Storms again moving down to the southeast as of right now. I don't have that as right now. We'll look at it soon. But again, timing basically for Berwyn within the next 5 minutes. You're going to have the highest winds coming into your location. Ansley probably within the next 15 minutes. Mason City 20 minutes. So again, this storm's moving pretty quickly down to the southeast right now. K-Day, anything for northern Indiana is going to be pretty minimal. I think most of any severe weather that happens in Indiana tonight will be in central Indiana. Low end threat, though. Hey, NJ, how you doing? From Scotland. Welcome. You're doing well. No, Big Bear. This is currently in Nebraska. This is currently Nebraska in terms of severe weather. And here's a wide view at it as of right now. This is the main area of storms. We actually have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go and up that number. This is down near west of Oxford, north of Beaver City. This is moving down to the southeast. $half size hail, winds up to 60 miles per hour. Warning expires at 8:15 Central Time. So again, that's your latest update on that warning. We'll probably end up getting a new severe thunderstorm warning on this within the next, I would say, at least 3 to 4 minutes, if not maybe even a little bit sooner than that. That's again going to be probably a new warning here pretty shortly. The cell again is producing 90-mile-per-hour winds. We've had now at least 20 minutes worth of those winds. We also had quarter-sized hail reported up in Myrna. That was a report via Facebook. Multiple tree limbs are also down, and electricity is now out in that area. So I'm assuming power poles might be down in Myrna from the latest report up that direction. So that's again our latest report there. I know, Big Bear, I know. I don't know if you'll see much. There might be a possibility later tonight, but I think it's going to be pretty low. Or northern, at least northern Oklahoma, possibly. It's going to be very, very low chance. Tomorrow in eastern portions of Oklahoma, there's a low-end chance of maybe a few storms, but I don't expect any severe weather there tomorrow either. I'll probably get a next update here in just a second. Back over to this storm real quick. Again, same threat still ongoing, 70-mile-per-hour winds. Again, we had a 75-mile-per-hour wind report with this storm. Again, it's currently tracking down to the south and southeast. And this is our main cell as of right now. And velocities have remained pretty high. Again, those bright greens are representing your highest wind speed. So we have one again just east of Broken Bow, and also just off to the west are Berwyn. So again, if you're in Berwyn, get away from windows. Treat it again as if it was a tornado warning, and as well as near Ansley, do the same exact thing. Treat it as if it's a tornado warning. Once you're under that warning, just get away from windows, because again, 90-mile-per-hour winds is essentially like an EF1 tornado, except that it's a bit more widespread in terms of this warning that we have ongoing as of right now. Hey Shannon, Tennessee will not see this. No, not tonight. This warning just got updated down to the south. It is now up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. Hail size is now down to penny size, but it is now up to, or it's down, excuse me, no, it is up to 70-mile-per-hour winds on this warning. The highest downburst winds have really, I think, been located right around here, which is again west of Oconto. And again, it's moving down to the south, or excuse me, it's moving down to the east-southeast. All right, back over to this warning. We'll probably get a new severe thunderstorm warning on this here pretty shortly. The warning might be downgraded to 80 miles per hour, but we'll see. Again, this is 90-mile-per-hour winds near Broken Bow. Broken Bow, again, just had a confirmation at the airport of 90-mile-per-hour winds. And we already had that confirmed on Highway 2 of 90-mile-per-hour winds from law enforcement about almost 30 minutes ago now. So it's actually, it has been 30 minutes. So we've already seen that confirmed. Again, we have ping pong ball sized hail potential with this storm as well. Berwyn again is the next area in track, and it looks like either the hail core or higher downburst winds have now just increased here near Highway 2. So again, if you're in Berwyn, get away from windows. Do what you got to do. Again, very dangerous storm heading down now, right now to the southeast. Ansley, as well as Mason City, also in the track of this here pretty shortly. Multiple trees or down or uprooted. Corn crop stripped. Okay, thank you, Aaliyah, for the report. Yeah, we're having a lot of damage reports from these storms. It's been a lot already. No problem, K-Day. No problem, Shannon. Yeah, if you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe if you're new here. Again, we're on the road to 11,000 subscribers. We're in Nebraska right now. I think my bot should be telling you what state we're in, but I guess it's not. Yeah, again, this is heading down to the southeast. We'll get our next warning, I would assume, in the next 3 to 4 minutes. That's my assumption at this point. Thank James, and as well as SAR and Indy for subscribing. I appreciate it. Again, we have 3 or 4 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. We also have one over in Colorado. I believe that one may have expired. Let me take a look. No, we still have that one ongoing. So there's still one in eastern Colorado. Again, we got 4 in Nebraska. We might have one in Arizona, but again, we're primarily covering the storms right now in Nebraska. We have a lot of significant severe weather ongoing. It stretches all the way again from over near Wilbatch, all the way back out to the west, near areas like Callaway. And again, Broken Bow currently having some severe weather. Again, 90-mile-per-hour winds is what our main threat is as of right now down to the southeast. And Berwyn and Ansley all on the track. Let me go back over to the velocities here. Okay, we got our next warning. So we're still at 90-mile-per-hour winds on this warning. This is going out of the southeast. Again, Ansley, Mason City, Berwyn, Buckeye, Block Hill, Basin, Burr Oak, Gavin Siding, intersection of Highway 183 and Cumro Street, or road, excuse me, as well as Cumro, are all included in a new severe thunderstorm warning. Again, 90-mile-per-hour winds. This is, again, like an EF1 tornado. Get away from windows, lowest floor possible. It is not an actual tornado, but it's going to basically feel like as if it is one, because, again, 90-mile-per-hour winds are extremely significant. We've already had confirmation again of that. So make sure you're getting away from windows, lowest floor possible. Treat it again as if it were to be a tornado warning, and as well as quarter-sized hail. Again, quarter-sized hail is basically probably going to be the least of your concern, but make sure to bring your car into your garage if you're out in front of this storm, because again, it's tracking down to the southeast, going right along Highway 2 at this point. I don't know if it'll change much direction, but it's basically going to go towards Litchfield as well as Hazard and Rockville, even possibly out toward that direction. So that's kind of where we're going as of right now. But again, new severe thunderstorm warning just got issued. This one expires at 8:30 Central Time, and it's going to be moving down to the southeast. Again, hail core is right there just to the northwest of Berwyn. It's probably over Berwyn now, so that's what we got going there. Also, maybe some quarter-sized hail here. That is just to the southwest of Highway 2, and that'll be going toward 183 over the next several minutes. We are currently, again, in Nebraska. And the storm's currently heading down to the southeast. Yeah, again, this is an extremely significant storm. Again, brand new warning for those that are near Ansley as well as areas near Mason City. Extremely dangerous storm. And again, we'll keep you updated with the latest as it moves down to the southeast. Still trying to get any view on this storm. Again, if you have any information, if you might be close to this area, again, don't go outside, don't get close to windows. But if you have any information on this storm and you might live in the area or might be driving even close to the storms or anything like that, make sure to send in photos if it's safe enough to do so. Because again, we're trying to look for some information on at least what's going on here. Again, there's a lot of rain around this storm as well, which is going to be pretty difficult to see. I mean, I know we have some cams back down here to the southeast, but it's going to be kind of hard to see in this storm right now. As of right now, looks like not a whole lot that we can see in this storm right now. Keep you updated. Again, storm's producing 90-mile-per-hour winds. Extremely dangerous storm. Currently in Nebraska. Thanks, Son. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're only 30 likes away, by the way, from 300. If you haven't hit the like button, I would appreciate it. Helps our page out a lot. Also, if you do have any questions about the ongoing severe weather, feel free to leave those in the chat as well. And again, we'll keep you updated with the latest. What we got going as of right now. We got we're actually up to 6 severe thunderstorm warnings. We got a bunch ongoing right now. We have a new special weather statement as well for gusty winds around 50 miles per hour. We have a pretty significant hailstorm as well down here in southern Nebraska. So we do have a lot of warnings ongoing. We'll keep you updated with the latest on everything that we got going in portions, again, of southern and southeastern Nebraska. Again, this will all be entering the northern portions of Kansas as these storms move down to the south and east. Very dangerous situation ongoing right now. This storm's currently moving down to the southeast. No, this is not a website. An extremely dangerous storm. And just to kind of give you a reminder, again, 90-mile-per-hour winds, again, are like an EF1 tornado. That's kind of what we're looking at. I've repeated it several times, but I need to get the point across because these winds are, again, extremely high. And we're seeing the highest winds right now, it seems like down here. That is currently just southwest of Ansley. We also have another area up here near Berwyn. So that's what we got going as of right now in terms of the wind speeds. And again, hail threat is still there as well. We're still looking at the potential for maybe a little bit of quarter-sized hail as this moves down to the south and southeast. So a lot of things to kind of keep in mind, again, as this moves down to the south and east. We have new reports coming in, again, from Broken Bow of multiple trees down or uprooted, gas lines broken, and corn crop stripped. Actually, somebody mentioned that in chat, but this just came in here to, again, Max Velocity here. Latest report, again, of now some multiple trees down or uprooted, as well as gas lines broken and corn crop stripped. So that's over in Broken Bow from our latest report. We again had 90-mile-per-hour winds reported there in Broken Bow only about 15 minutes ago. So we've already seen some pretty significant damage, and we've also obviously seen the very high wind speeds that is again going to continue throughout the next several minutes as these storms move down to the south and east. And again, wind speeds up to 90 miles per hour have been ongoing for possibly as long as over 40 minutes. So this is not just a short-term thing. It seems like it's been going for a while. It's not just like your microbursts where you see one for 5 minutes. This seems to be more like something that's a bit more long duration as it moves down to the southeast. So again, that's our latest report on this cell. I just lost that. And Shelly, if you're still here, again, I do appreciate your $50 super chat from earlier. I think it's going to expire in chat, but I do appreciate that, again, a lot. All right. Hey, Magical, how you doing? Welcome back. And yeah, we have already a lot of power outages from these storms. And that's, again, gonna probably be the main concern with these damaging winds. Not just, you know, power lines being down, but also trees going down, as well as possibly, you know, crops being damaged. Again, very high wind speeds do cause that sort of thing. So we're looking at some pretty significant damaging winds right now as these move down to the south and east. This is not a derecho, no. I totally doesn't say that right now. No, it doesn't. Yeah, this is not a derecho, but it is extremely high winds, and they are actually a little bit more, it's not widespread, but it's a little bit more scattered than what was forecasted. Really begin today, by the way, if you guys are just tuning in, we only had a marginal threat for severe weather across the central U.S., so I wasn't planning on going live, and I wasn't actually planning on going live until a little bit ago. I was like, I got a new office chair. I'm going to go ahead and go live for a little bit, just kind of, you know, talk to you guys and whatnot. I wasn't actually expecting this significant of severe weather to just come out of nowhere. Again, this is pretty, you know, out of nowhere at this point that we're seeing 90-mile-per-hour winds. And again, we've already had 2 confirmations of these high wind speeds, and we've obviously had just outside of that 90-mile-per-hour range, we've also seen 65 to 70 miles per hour a few miles away from that area of where we have the highest downburst winds, which again, we actually have a couple areas now of those high downburst winds. Currently one near Berwyn and one just to the west-southwest of Ansley. So again, it did really just come out of nowhere with these storms. So again, if you're just tuning in, very significant situation again ongoing. Winds again up to 90 miles per hour heading down to the southeast. Again, we're awaiting photos. If you have any photos on Twitter, I'm actually going to look at Twitter. I haven't done that yet. But if you have any photos, videos, anything like that, and you might be in this area and it's safe enough for you to post them, or if it's maybe safe enough for you to record them, again, stay away from windows if you're still in the severe thunderstorm warning. But if it's safe enough for you to post them or anything like that, make sure to send it in. Again, all of our links to our Discord server, our Twitter, are all in the description below. If you have any sort of media, anything like that. I'm going to take a look though if we have anything coming in yet on this storm right now. And yeah, the winds are extremely high, by the way. I mean, rain is literally blowing. I'm just seeing a video coming on now on Twitter, and yeah, the winds are literally blowing rain basically left to right. I mean, we're talking, you know, rain is blowing this direction right now from how high the winds are. So we're seeing extremely high winds right now. This is actually a PDS severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. I believe. Is this a PDS? I think it's an EDS, if I'm not mistaken. Usually they call it EDS. Yeah, this is an EDS. So we are on an EDS severe thunderstorm warning. That means it's an extremely dangerous situation, severe thunderstorm warning right now that we got ongoing. I actually have to make a graphic for that. But again, this is an EDS, extremely dangerous situation. I'm going to make this text up here at the top and kind of shrink it down a little bit. There we go. So again, we're on an EDS. That's an extremely dangerous situation right now in Nebraska. Again, 90-mile-per-hour winds are ongoing as this moves down to the south and east. Again, we're kind of getting the latest for you right now. I'm trying to figure out if we have any new reports. Let's take a look. This is not a PDS, this is an EDS. There's a difference. PDS is more for tornadoes. EDS, again, is an extremely dangerous situation. Again, 90-mile-per-hour winds were already confirmed up in Broken Bow. Multiple trees uprooted, gas lines broken, corn crops were flattened as well. Again, that's already been confirmed as well. And actually, to update you, it's not much of a difference, but we actually had an 89-mile-per-hour wind report at the Broken Bow Airport. So that's just a little bit of an update there. And we also had another observation of 90, so we've actually had two, 89 and 90 miles per hour. Take a look if we have anything else to be noted with this storm. Again, this is going through Berwyn right now. Kind of giving me an update on, let's see if there's anything in terms of out in front of us. I don't know if anybody's in Berwyn here. Take a look. Again, this is a destructive supercell producing 90-mile-per-hour winds. Again, it's been ongoing for possibly as long as 40 minutes, excuse me. So this has been ongoing since about 7:05 p.m., maybe even slightly earlier than that. Okay, yeah, so we don't have any new reports in Berwyn as of now. Take a look at Ansley if we have anything from there either. And Ansley, so far, nothing reported there. Obviously, Ansley's kind of not in the storm yet. Again, the main downburst winds, kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. The main downburst winds are currently located most likely here or here. We have a couple of areas. Let me go back over to the velocities. So as of right now, obviously there's a lot of congestion here, but the highest winds seem to be possibly down here near Ansley and Mason City. There's also an area back up here near Berwyn. So we actually have a couple of areas right now in these areas with this storm. Again, extremely high winds. The radar's been estimating extremely high winds down here. It says 90 to 95. Near Ansley, it's currently possibly as high as 100. I mean, I don't think it's 100, but there has been a little bit of a radar indication of maybe as high as 100. That seems a bit excessive in this storm specifically, but we definitely could be looking at some pretty high winds here with this cell. Again, this is an extremely dangerous situation for those in southern and as well as central portions of Nebraska. Again, near Ansley, going down to the southeast. And also quarter-sized hail right now. The pink is basically, usually it's hail, but in this case, it's most likely more of just the blowing rain as well as along with that ongoing damaging wind threat with the storm. PDS tornado warning is primarily just for tornadoes. It's usually to do with like an actual tornado on the ground with a very large tornado typically and whatnot. EDS is an extremely dangerous situation. They happen more often with severe thunderstorm warnings, and it's only for, I believe it's only for severe thunderstorm warnings. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. But EDS is more for situations like this where we're seeing either significant hailstone sizes above 3 or 4 inches or, you know, extremely high winds that have already been confirmed. Again, we've already seen 90-mile-per-hour winds. That is classified as an EDS in this situation. That's true weather, yeah. So that 100-mile-per-hour wind may have also been a little bit higher up in the atmosphere. Definitely not out of the question, but we've already had confirmation at the surface as of now of 90-mile-per-hour winds over in Broken Bow, and we also had a report way back here up to the north over in Anselmo. So we've already had a couple of reports along with this storm, and it's again tracking down to the south and east as of right now. And correlation coefficient, again, not showing anything in terms of a tornado or anything like that. This is, again, not a tornado. This is, again, extremely high downburst winds heading down to the southeast. This storm is currently in Nebraska. I don't know why my thing isn't saying Nebraska on here, but this is, again, in Nebraska. Yeah, EDS and PDS do have some differences. Yeah, definitely something that's a little bit different. I know a lot of you guys may have never heard of a EDS before. But EDSs go with severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, we have some other severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing as of right now. We actually have a new one that just got issued for west of Sumner. This is for damaging winds up to 70 and quarter-sized hail. Looks to be a pretty rural area. Again, we're going to keep our main focus, though, on the storm. Again, that's a EDS that is, again, producing 90-mile-per-hour winds. It is still quarter-sized hail. That's what's being at least estimated as of right now. So, again, quarter-sized hail, not anything too close to significant in terms of hailstone sizes. It was reported a little while back that we did have some quarter-sized hail with this storm by a Facebook feed. But as of right now, again, we're still mainly looking at the 90-mile-per-hour wind damage as of right now. That's kind of what we're looking at. Again, highest winds currently over Ansley right now, and maybe just down to the southwest of that, just south of Highway 2, where our highest winds are. Just west of Mason City, though, is, again, this kind of area here has probably the highest wind speeds. It's kind of hard to depict. Again, we're pretty far away from the radar site still, but that's kind of where our area probably the highest winds are. Again, really just along and just to the south and west of Highway 2. This is not going toward Wisconsin, no. Yeah, this is insane. I mean, again, I came live just to have kind of a chill live stream. I was not expecting anything in terms of this magnitude of severe weather. The low-level shear in this area? Let me take a look. Actually, I haven't looked at that yet. I don't think we're going to have much of a tornado threat tonight. There is a low chance for a tornado, but it's pretty low. Here's a look at this is the low-level jet. Or this is the low-level shear, actually. And there's not a whole lot of low-level shear. The low-level jet is showing. Let's take a look. Not much of a low-level jet either. Usually you have to see some greens on here. There's not anything showing up. It's all down to the southeast. So as of right now, low-level jet is also very weak, which is, again, very good news. We do have a new mesoscale discussion that just came out. Damaging wind and hail threat will likely continue this evening. So that's just came out about 15 minutes ago from the Storm Prediction Center, along with this storm area, again, in southern and central portions of Nebraska. And again, additional storm development is possible, though uncertain, excuse me. So those down to the south will also potentially see some more storm development with these storms as they move down to the south and east. Let's see. Upscale growth into a small MCS is possible, by the way. So this actually could become an MCS situation where we could see this a little line of storms going for a few hours as this moves down to the south and east. So this will be something to watch in terms of maybe becoming an MCS as it moves down that direction. So that's definitely going to be something to really be watching for. Thank you, Lucas, Jimmy, Code, and Pamela for subscribing, guys. I appreciate it. Again, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. We are close to 11,000 subscribers, so again, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're new here and you're joining the stream as well, make sure to hit the like button. We are 37 likes away from 400. How you doing, Lauren? Welcome back. Doing well. MCS is mesoscale convective systems, which is typically just like an elongated area of storms that moves down. It's usually like a long line of storms. That's kind of what it stands for in short terms. We do have a new update on the severe thunderstorm warning, which seems to be better news. I think the storm may be weakening a little bit because I'm not seeing a whole lot of those black and white colors that we saw before. But there is still a potential for 70-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail in this new warning. Now, that could get upgraded if we start to see stronger downburst winds recuperate itself or reincorporate itself into the storm. But as of right now, it's currently 70-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. That does include Litchfield, Sumner, as well as areas near Ravenna, as well as Hazard, Pleasantown, those areas all included, as well as Riverdale. So again, damaging winds up to 70 as well as quarter-sized hail. That would likely be associated with this ongoing area of storms. And that also probably includes the outflow boundary that's probably producing these storms as well. But overall, it looks like maybe the velocities are going down a little bit. Let me go back over to the velocities. They still seem to be pretty high, at least near Ansley. So we might be still seeing some high winds. And a lot of, obviously, there's been some glitches with this velocities radar, but there's definitely some high winds probably still ongoing near Mason City. Are they still around 80 to 90? They possibly could be. Again, we don't have a whole lot of info in this area, though. Let me take a look if we have any new updates over here. Let's take a look. Again, as of now, we have a 90-mile-per-hour report in Broken Bow. Again, that was from a little while ago. Let me take a look if we have anything from Berwyn at all. Again, these areas are the ones in the area right now. Berwyn doesn't either. Let's take a look at Mason City. Mason City's kind of not in the city area, or it's really not in the city yet, but... And yeah, as of right now, nothing on the Mason City area. So, again, as of now, 90-mile-per-hour winds are still possible as it moves down to the south and east. But as of now, again, this is a fairly rural area in this area, so we're probably not going to have a whole lot of reports coming in for the next few minutes. And let me take a look if we have any METAR data. Might be something to look at here. So it'll give us an idea if we have anything from the airports in the area. Again, we had one in Broken Bow. Broken Bow is still reporting 46-mile-per-hour wind gusts at 7:46, which is actually well past this storm. No airports, though, in the vicinity of this area at this point. And north of Kearney, again, that's where these storms are as of right now. Moving down again to the southeast. Yeah, as of right now, I don't see anything that would be potentially representing that we have any sort of intel in this area. We'll watch it closely. Again, 90-mile-per-hour wind still ongoing. Destructive supercell still going through Mason City. Ansley's probably, again, the brunt of it right now. Mason City, again, is going to be getting it here in a few moments. Thank you, Cindy, as well as Casino, for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Janelle, if you're talking, or yeah, Janelle, if you want to have a bit more information on how to read like rotation, stuff like that, or rotation is exclamation point rotation. You can go ahead and check that video out. That's gonna be in the chat there from Nightbot. That'll give you an idea of what we're looking at in terms of rotation, like how to identify rotation on radar, but I don't have a video out on the entire radar scale at this point. I might have one though in the future. Weather spotters reporting 60-mile-per-hour winds over in Pulver. Let me look up where that is. That might be in this area. It's over at Highway 6. Near Cambridge. Oh, that's in southern Nebraska. Okay, so we have a confirmation coming in from this storm that's producing half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds in southern portions of Nebraska near Beaver City. We had a 60-mile-per-hour wind report confirmed down that direction as well. Again, we'll get to the other cells here pretty soon. We're still kind of keeping our main eye, though, and focus on this storm. This is, again, the most severe thunderstorm warning storm that we've had all night, and this is obviously the one that's most severe right now. We also have one that's probably going to expire here. We might get a new warning on this here pretty shortly. We'll keep you updated with that one here in a moment. And again, as it moves down to the south and east. And I have a lot of notifications coming in. How will Gary, Indiana be? If that's central Indiana, there is a low chance for severe weather tonight, but pretty low. Not expecting too much. We should be getting our next Storm Prediction Center outlook here pretty shortly as well for the rest of tonight. So that should be coming out here pretty shortly. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated once that does come out, which it should be any time. So we'll be getting that here any moment. Hey, Haley, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome. Again, destructive supercell is still ongoing. Again, this is an extremely dangerous situation still over in Ansley and Mason City. And winds have been as high as 90 with this storm, possibly even slightly higher than that. But again, as of right now, winds back up near Ansley are estimated around 60. They may be still slightly higher than that. So definitely make sure, again, you're staying away from windows. Again, treat it as if it is a tornado warning. Because again, 90-mile-per-hour winds are essentially an EF1 tornado. We also have a little bit of a hail core trying to develop again near Ansley. Could be possibly some quarter-sized hail up that direction. What's the most dangerous tornado we've ever seen? I've never seen a tornado, but I've obviously live streamed some. They've only been this year for the most part. But the main one I live streamed was back in Texas. The Morton tornado was pretty bad. I also was live for the EF3 Jacksboro tornado over in Texas, and also the one over near where was it? It was west of Vernon, I believe, Mount Vernon, over in Texas as well. Most of the ones that I've streamed have been in Texas. There was an EF2 one in Wisconsin one time that was pretty recently as well that I also was live for. This is currently in Nebraska for you if you're just tuning in. Roblox, Minnesota is not going to see anything today. You might see some severe weather going into possibly Monday or Tuesday. Check out our latest forecast for the full details on that possibility for some severe weather heading into Monday and Tuesday. There's the possibility. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I will be going live most likely for that event on Tuesday. That will be for up in the Midwest. So I'll probably be going live for that. Also, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, I would really appreciate it. We are pretty close, I think, to getting closer to 11,000 subscribers. Would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the chat as well. We're only 9 subscribers from 10,650. Midnight? No, I did not. I actually was not doing nationwide coverage at that point when that happened. All right, let me take a look if we have any new warnings. This storm actually does not have a new warning. Back out here to the east, we have, again, we have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings right now in Nebraska. That's it. We don't have any others outside of this. I think I'm up to 6 actually, I'm on 7 warnings. Let me drop that down to 5. All right, we're down to 5 warnings now. But all 5 of them are very serious situations. I mean, we're still talking about some pretty significant severe weather with all 4, or actually all 5 of the severe thunderstorm warnings that we have ongoing. Again, this seems to be more outflow driven at this point. These storms, again, producing some pretty high winds between 70 to 90 miles per hour, as well as that potential for, again, up to quarter to half-dollar sized hail. All this, again, drifting down to the south and southeast. I'm going to put on yellow to make this a little bit brighter. Again, drifting down this direction as of right now. And we also, again, have a special weather statement back up near Lope City that also had a severe storm not too long ago. That's also producing some gusty winds around 55 miles per hour. So not severe, but definitely producing some winds. And again, it's still down here near Oxford, which again, observed winds have been confirmed with this storm west of Oxford of 60 miles per hour. So they just updated the Storm Prediction Center. Okay, let me take a look. They did. And the latest update does include that new potential. Let me go and show you guys on here. So this is the latest update. So the slight risk has now extended back out to the west. I actually mentioned this at the very beginning of the stream. I did expect this to happen. The slight risk is now including areas now in, again, southern Nebraska. It goes all the way back out here to the west. Also into northern Kansas. And it also includes a new marginal risk of severe weather that goes down closer to Kansas City and still includes southwestern and western portions of Kansas. So Garden City is included in that. I believe Dodge City is kind of on the edge of that. So that's the new outlook. We also have, again, a significant wind area for tonight still existing. That means winds excess of 70 miles per hour will be possible in this hatched region that goes down towards Marysville. So that will probably still be a possibility over the next 3 to 4 hours as these storms do move down to the south and east. So that's our latest update from the Storm Prediction Center. Tornado threat is not labeled or really issued at this point, so very, very low tornado threat tonight. We could still definitely see some rotation. Hail threat does still exist with these storms. It could reach, again, as high as possibly ping pong to golf ball sized hail with a storm or two. So that's our latest update there. So again, from the Storm Prediction Center, latest update. Yeah, I do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. For just tuning in, again, make sure to like button, subscribe. I would appreciate it. If you want to become a, if you want to join our Discord server, make sure to click the link in the description. We have a community on Discord. I'll put the link in chat, but make sure to join our Discord server. If you have any photos, videos, anything like that, join our Discord server. The link will be posted by Nightbot in chat. Again, storms are currently moving down to the southeast. So I'm going to try to see if we get any views on these storms. Again, these storms overall have been in a pretty rural area, but I'm going to see if we get any views on these. Again, this is the ongoing area of wind right now near Mason City. That is our highest wind speeds that we have currently with embedded in these storms. That is likely, again, probably around somewhere near 80. Probably 70 to 80 miles per hour still. Again, the new warnings for up to 70, so those out in Pleasantown as well as Hazard, Sumner, you should still be taking this as if it's a tornado warning. Just get away from windows, low for possible, because again, 70 mile per hour winds are still extremely serious in this situation, but again, it's not anything beyond, it looks like 70 past your point at this point, but we'll have to watch it still pretty closely. Yeah, Topeka could get hit, but the overall threat for severe weather will probably be pretty low tonight. Let me go and take a look if we have any view on the storm. I'm trying to see if we can get any view on these storms at all. Interstate, is there an interstate down here? No, there's not. It's 34 and 30, so we might get something here closer to 30. That'd be probably my next guess here. Yeah, 30 has a whole load of stuff here, so we'll definitely take a look at 30. Again, all these storms are currently off to the east of North Platte for reference. And we do have a view on it, but it's not very clear, so we can't really see a whole lot except the clouds. We have a couple views right now. Most of them are just showing pretty much clouds. They're not showing anything too crazy. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued. That is for potential for 60 mile per hour winds. And along with $half sized hail, that does include Ashton as well as St. Paul, Danny Brugg, as well as Bolus, I'm saying the names right. Hopefully I am. If I'm not, I apologize. Alba, as well as Cushing and Lope City are all included, as well as Coatesfield. 60 mile per hour winds, $half sized hail is possible here. 60 mile per hour winds have been observed, by the way. So that is, again, an observed threat as those move down to the south, going towards areas like Highway 2, toward Cario, as well as Grand Island and Wood River and Gibbon are all going to be in the track of this within the next 60 to 75 minutes as those move down to the southeast. Again, this is our ongoing warnings. We still have an ongoing warning here. We actually have a new confirmation of 60 mile per hour winds and Ansley. So that's a new report over there. Again, that's from Twitter. So we have a new report of 60 mile per hour winds from that location. So it looks like the overall extremely dangerous situation may be let to end here. In terms of the winds. But we're still looking at possibly up to 70, it looks like, with these storms as they do move down to the south and east. Could definitely see some re-strengthening with this storm, possibly producing some more strong downburst winds in the near future, but I do think they'll probably stay somewhere between 60 to 75 miles per hour as they move down to the south and east. Thank you, Sean, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Well, Psalm. Yeah, if you're in Grand Island, these storms will be heading toward your location probably in about an hour. That would probably be for these storms up this direction. They're going to be going down that direction. I'm going to try to see if I can put the timing on here. I'm not sure if I can find it, though. See it on here. See it here, but... And these storms are currently, again, moving down to the south and east. Let me take the tracks off here. Hail. Again, latest report was 60 miles per hour back up in Ansley. So, good news on the overall wind. Latest update. Alright, let me go over to the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Yeah, Grand Island is not... Oh, yeah, so the storms are not in Grand Island yet, but they will be going that direction. Yeah, if you're in Grand Island, definitely make sure you're getting prepared. Just take the proper precautions. It looks like the storms that will hit you are back up here near St. Paul, Rockville, and as well as near Coatesfield. Again, this will all be going down to the southeast. And here's actually a track for you. It actually shows here. So this is a track estimated by radar, so it looks like the overlapping here. Let me go over here. Sorry. All right. So it's at the top of your screen. So the timing on that storm for those over in Grand Island, 9:14 is the ETA. So about an hour from now. Carrio right around 8:53. St. Paul 8:24. Ashton right now. Wood River 9:22. Shelton 9:25, as well as Juniata, as well as 10:02. Sorry, I'm probably not saying a lot of these names right. I do apologize, but that's the timing as those storms move down to the southeast on that area of storms. I have a way to track them on my own, but I can't find that. Welcome back, Aviation. Hope you're doing well. I'm sitting here in Dallas jealous of all the rain. I don't disagree with you. I'm jealous of it too. No, this will be going towards Grand Island. I don't expect Grand Island to go around this. You might get something that's just strong or ordinary in terms of storms, but at this current time, it looks like these severe storms are heading down toward your direction. Let me go and update this again. Still have this on an extremely dangerous situation. I'm going to go ahead and edit the text back down to just a severe thunderstorm warning, because I do think that the overall extremely dangerous situation is kind of coming to an end on that wind threat at this point, but we'll definitely keep you updated again if anything does become, again, extremely dangerous situation. We'll still be here, so make sure, again, to hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new here, click the bell icon, by the way, if you're just subscribing. Would appreciate it. You're using your projector to watch me. That's interesting. No, actually, it's pretty interesting. I know 2 people actually watched me from the Wii on one of my live streams recently. I didn't know you could even watch anything on the Wii. I didn't even know the Wii was still around, to be honest. Yeah, currently heading down to the southeast. All the systems have formed in the Eastern Pacific Basin. One hurricane at a time. Yeah, weather. I think it has been. Yeah, the Eastern, the whole Pacific Ocean tropics so far, they've been really just one at a time for the most part. So it's kind of what we've seen over the last several days anyways, with all the storms. And obviously, the tropics may start to brew a little bit more over the next, not in the upcoming weeks, but in the Atlantic Ocean, we might start to see a bit more brewing in early to maybe mid-August. There hasn't really been much so far this year. We've actually kind of lucked out so far, but obviously we're not even close to the peak of hurricane season yet. We're still, you know, a couple months out, so kind of what we're looking at right now. Thank you for subscribing. Cozad, as of right now, probably going to see some storms. I don't think they'll be severe in your location, but you might see some gusty winds. This storm, by the way, is producing some pretty large hail now over near Elba. There's actually been some pretty large hailstone sizes, it looks like, trying to grow in here northwest of St. Paul. So a couple of areas here, possibly some pretty large hail. Let's go and take a look at the hail radar. Hail radar has not been overly accurate tonight, but it will give us a little bit of an estimate of what we might be seeing. Purples are going to be indicating above 2 inches. It is showing right around 2.5 inches. I don't think it's that high, but it might be around ping pong to golf ball size near Elba as well as Farewell. So that's our latest update on this warning. Again, we are pretty far away from the radar site, so it might be a little bit overestimated to begin with. Velocities, the brighter colors representing our higher winds, that is right there. A little bit of glitch there, but that is your higher wind speeds there. Currently near Farewell, so that's on this storm. Again, 60 to 65 mile per hour winds, possibly again some pretty large hail as well, up to golf ball size, maybe ongoing with this storm as it heads down to the southeast. Thank you, Chris, Fred, and Chris for subscribing. Appreciate you both for subscribing. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate it. From Broken Arrow. Okay. I thought you said Broken Bow for a second. Yeah, Broken Bow saw some pretty horrible storms. I'm not going to lie. But hopefully you stayed safe if you're a Broken Bow. If anybody is from that area, if you're tuning in right now, if you have any photos, anything like that, if you have any sort of information as well in terms of what you've seen so far, feel free to send that in to us. Again, we're on Twitter, we're on Discord. You can find those links in the description below. You can also follow us if you're just a viewer. Again, we post a lot of photos and stuff like that on our social medias as well down below. All those links in the description. Thank you, Anthony, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Appreciate the super chat. And again, I appreciate Shelly from earlier for super chatting, and I think somebody else did. I can't remember. I apologize, but I do appreciate everybody with the super chat so far tonight, as well as the subscribers. Appreciate that a lot. This storm is producing a significant hail core, it looks like now. Elba, again, looks like it's trying to grow. Those whites are probably representing upwards of hen egg size. We're probably looking at some pretty large hail with this storm now near Elba. And that's going toward 92. We're still looking at some pretty significant hailstone sizes with this cell. Going right along 11, by the way. So there is definitely some pretty large hail with this. So if you're embedded in the storm, if you're just south of Elba, going toward Danny Brog as well as St. Paul. St. Paul might just get missed by the hail core, but it is going down to the south. Again, Grand Island will be in the track of this later on. So Skylark, this is currently Nebraska. Is there heavy rain? Yes, there's a lot of heavy rain. And these whites, by the way, the reflectivity is not just representing your hail potential, but it's also representing probably from some pretty heavy rainfall as well. Let me take a look at the correlation coefficient here. And yeah, there's definitely some hail. I mean, it might not be large, but there's definitely a lot of it because this, I mean, when we see greens and blues showing up in terms of hail, that usually means there's a lot of hail falling. So we're definitely looking at a lot of hail in this instance here near Elba. So yeah, we're definitely looking at some large hail. Let me take a look if we have anything coming in on Twitter in terms of hail, because we might be getting something. I'm not entirely sure. Take a look. It's currently heading down to the southeast. Southeast. And as of now, we actually don't have any reports from Elba. Let me look at Farewell. And as of now, I'm not seeing anything in Farewell either. So we will keep you updated if there's any new reports from those locations. But as of now, we're not seeing anything in terms of reports on terms of hail on this cell. We'll definitely watch it pretty closely. New severe thunderstorm warning got issued for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail down on the Kansas and Nebraska border near Beaver City and Stamford for, again, 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Probably our least severe storm, actually, at this point. And this hail core is growing on the latest hail, or on the latest scan at this point. Again, near Farewell, we have a pretty large area of possibly some hail. Again, possibly as high as golf ball, maybe even hen egg size. Camelot's a little bit larger than that. And we might get some report here pretty shortly on that, but that is definitely some very large hail as it moves down to the southeast. Southeast. Yeah, Junita, okay, that's how you say it. Yeah, Junita will probably see storms, or Junita. That area will see storms probably about an hour and a half. I think that was the timing on that. Yeah, Kearney's definitely going to see some storms as well. It's going in that direction. Hey, Melanie, I bet you could find a white noise video on YouTube for that. If you really wanted to listen to thunder for 2 hours. I've seen them before. Yeah, this hail core is huge near Farewell right now. This warning, by the way, did get downgraded to 70-mile-per-hour winds, so that's good news. Hail threat has been observed at penny size at this point, just for our update. And again, observed wind threat of 70 miles per hour, so we're still seeing some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Going towards, again, Litchfield has probably seen it right now. Riverdale and Sumner might see that pretty shortly. Ravenna as well will probably see that pretty shortly. Also 70-mile-per-hour winds back out to the west. That's north of Cozad, and that's, again, heading down to the southeast as well. The storms that are north of Grand Island, they will make it toward your location around 9:10 Central Time. These, again, are producing some pretty high winds and possibly even some large hail. So we're possibly seeing up to ping pong to golf ball sized hail with this storm right now as it moves down to the south and southeast. Nebraska, Kansas are the main states involved in severe weather tonight. There's a possibility in the Illinois and Indiana area later tonight, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look. Yeah, there's still a little low-end chance over there in eastern Illinois, central, western portions of Indiana, and there's also a marginal threat still ongoing in southern Arizona. But we will not really be covering Arizona. It's just mainly damaging winds up to 60 tonight for that area. If there's any severe weather over in Illinois or Indiana, it will just be damaging winds, for reference. But this area, again, looking at significant damaging winds, possibly some significant large hail as well. What we're looking at for tonight in this area. Hey, Rebecca, Banana, as well as Wired for subscribing. Appreciate it. Welcome. Hey, Runway, how you doing? Hey, back from a Texas Rangers game. I would assume it was hot unless the stadium was closed. I'm doing pretty well, though. How are you doing today? I don't know if they won. I don't really watch them, but they did well today. Again, for those that might be just tuning in, this is in southern and central Nebraska. Again, the severe thunderstorm watch does go until 11 o'clock tonight, Central Time. So it goes for almost another 3 hours. We've already had about a dozen damaging wind reports at this point. Again, we actually have a new report that just came in of large tree limbs down and the estimated 60-mile-per-hour winds over in Holbrook. That actually, I believe, was reported in chat a little while ago, but that is a new report that we just came in. Again, over in Holbrook, just east of Cambridge. So that's what that storm that's moved down to the south. Also have some hail reports coming in northwestern portions of Kansas up to penny-sized. So nothing too crazy over that direction. If you're just tuning in, though, we also had 70-mile-per-hour winds reported in Ansley. That is the ongoing cell, this huge cluster of showers and storms now moving down to the southeast. And we also had confirmation, again, of 90-mile-per-hour winds a little earlier in this live stream over near areas in Broken Bow and as well as over in Anselmo. So those areas both saw the 90-mile-per-hour winds between 7 o'clock Central up to about 7:30 Central Time. And again, one of them went right through an airport there over in Broken Bow. So we already saw some pretty significant winds, and we've already seen some 65, 70-mile-per-hour winds in other locations. This area here that's currently going through Farewell seems to be producing some significant hailstone sizes, though, right now, just to the west of St. Paul. So we're definitely seeing some high winds, and as well as possibly even some half-dollar sized, maybe even ping-pong ball sized hail. Again, I can't rely it's up to golf ball sized hail right here, right along 92. Again, it's heading down to the south as of right now. Yeah, Weather, I don't disagree. I think if any tropical activity does develop, it will probably honestly be in either very late July or early August. We start to see some stuff developing. Good to hear, Runway. Good to hear. In Mississippi, I don't think there's not any chance of severe weather tonight in Mississippi, just probably ordinary storms. There's an upper level disturbance just off the coast of Florida that's bringing some showers and storms to those locations. So that is why there's been some rain in the southeast over the last few days. It's primarily from that. Thanks, Weather. I appreciate it. Yeah, the new graphics are all part of that 10,000 subscriber special. Yeah, I kind of like these graphics. It gives you a bit more of an idea of what we're looking at anyways. Obviously, you can see, if you're just tuning in, by the way, you can see the little key up here. So towards the radar, away from the radar in terms of velocities. We also have a hail radar. But just kind of give an update where we're looking at winds right now. Winds are still estimated around 60, 65 almost now near Farewell. Again, brighter greens representing higher wind speeds. That's where your severe wind speeds are right now. West of St. Paul, it looks like. Currently near 92. And again, that's going down to the south. Might just stay along or west of 11, and that will eventually go towards Cario as well as Bolus. Those areas in the track of this ongoing storm. Look at the correlation coefficient again, and the hail seems to be pretty large with the storm. Look at the radar. Looks like we have some pretty large hail ongoing in here. Yeah, obviously, there's not a whole lot of rotation with this as of now. There was rotation earlier. We definitely can't rule out that we might get some rotation a little bit later with this storm, but overall, tornado threat's going to remain low tonight. Not zero, but very low. Is there merch? No, there's not. I don't sell merchandise. I'm not a sellout. And honestly, the merchandise thing in general is kind of a... I've talked about it before, but honestly, I'll probably never... I don't know if I'll ever sell merchandise, because it's not just that I don't want to be a sellout, but I don't want to also sell merchandise that is just like I'm only making $2 on for like a $25 order. It makes no sense at all. Because it's pretty expensive unless you get them in a big bulk. Rotation in southern Arizona. Okay, let me take a look on my phone. Take a look. There's actually 4 severe thunderstorm warnings right now in southern Arizona. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. I don't see a whole lot of rotation on any of these cells, but if there's any rotation, it's gonna be very broad down in Arizona. But yeah, again, ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings in Nebraska. I believe we still have, let's take a look. We got 2, 4, 5, we got 6. So I think I have 6 on here, right? Yeah, okay. So we got 6 severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, no tornado warnings as of right now. Can't rule out, again, a brief tornado with a storm or 2, but overall threat is, again, very low tonight. Primarily looking at hail and possibly some very high damaging winds. 4-sized hail and 6-mile-per-hour winds in Arizona. Thank you for the report. Yeah, I won't pay attention too much to Arizona. If there's a tornado warning, though, I might hop over to it. But overall threat in Arizona, again, it's fairly low tonight. It's mainly just damaging winds. You got up to 60 miles per hour. And we actually have a new update on this warning now. It's up to hen egg-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. So that's a new report, basically new warning now for this area. I've been mentioning a lot. I think the hail is much higher. So now we're up to hen egg-sized hail. And wind gusts are now up to 70 miles per hour in comparison to 60. So we're looking at definitely some higher wind speeds along with higher hailstone sizes. Again, that's heading down to the south. And we have a tornado warning that just got issued. Brand new tornado warning just got issued. This kind of came out of nowhere as well. Let's go over to the rotation and whatnot. Tornado warning just got issued for Danbrog as well as down near Cario, going down to the south. Again, brand new tornado warning just got issued south of Farewell in Nebraska. Again, seek shelter immediately if you're in this tornado warning. This does include, again, Danny Brogue from St. Area, as well as Bolus and Cario. Those areas all included in the ongoing warning. Again, hen egg-sized hail is also a possibility, along with that potential for a tornado. So again, brand new news. The rotation, again, there's been a hook on this for a little while too, so I think there might have been a little bit of rotation, but as of right now, rotation's not strong, it's not tight, but we definitely could see this strengthen over the next few scans. It has a pretty strong inflow right now. If we go back over here to the tornado warning, let me go over to the reflectivity. And this is what we're looking at in terms of the storm as of right now. Some pretty large hail just to the west of 11. And again, pretty strong inflow as of right now. If there would be a tornado, it'd probably be located right about there. Again, brand new tornado warning for those in Nebraska, just to the southwest of St. Paul. Again, tornado warning going down to the south as of right now. Yeah, dangerous cell right now heading down to the south. There's definitely some rotation on this. You can definitely see the inflow as well going into the cell just south of Farewell. Dan and Brogue, as well as Caro. Okay, thank you. So Caro and as well as Dan and Brogue. And heading down to the south. All right, let me go over to the... I'm going to change my title real quick. Again, tornado warning in Nebraska. Storms again heading down to the south, southeast. Caro as well as Dan and Brogue are included in this warning. Yeah, Hills, you're definitely right about that. Yeah, if you're ever interested in storm training and whatnot, definitely check that out. Let me go back over the velocities. And we're definitely seeing some... let me take a look at radar scope. But the velocities might be a little bit tight here. It's kind of hard to tell because this radar is not always on point, but let me take a look. And it's not tight, but there's definitely some rotation. Again, the rotation's currently located right here. Again, that's just west of 11. So we got going as of right now. Rotation's actually here. Let me back over to the velocities. Down here. Sorry. Okay, it's right there. So that's where our rotation is. So if there were to be a tornado, it'd be located right about there. Here is probably just a little bit of a glitch on the radar, but the area of rotation is currently located embedded in where that inflow is currently going to the storm. Again, our hail core's back up here. A little bit of a hook kind of going here. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of where there may be a tornado. Again, just to the west of Danenbrog, going down to the south. Caro is also in the track of this. So that's what we got going as of right now. Again, ongoing tornado warning heading down to the south. Thanks, Lucas. I appreciate it. As well as Noah, thank you for subscribing. Oh, let me update the tornado warning counter. I'll do that. And this is an ongoing tornado warning going down to the south. Caro is going to be next in track to the cell. Likely going to stay just to the west of Danenbrog. But again, hen egg-sized hail is definitely a possibility up this direction, just off to the west-southwest of St. Paul. We're definitely seeing some pretty large hailstone sizes there. What we got going as of right now, again, it's heading down to the south-southeast. Take a look if we have any feed coming in here on this storm. I'm not sure if we're going to have much, but we'll take a look. I don't know if any storm chasers are in the area tonight. And this is a pretty rural area, but we'll definitely take a look for you. It's the latest radar update. So again, if there were to likely be any tornado with this cell, again, it would likely be down here, closer to areas just now to the west of Danenbrog. If you're in Caro, by the way, make sure you're seeking shelter again immediately away from windows. Lowest floor possible. Anywhere in the warning, anywhere in that pink box, stay away from windows, lowest floor possible. Again, this is a dangerous situation. If there is a tornado on the ground, definitely could cause some damage. And as of now, nothing coming in this area yet, but we'll keep you updated. Yeah, this warning does include Caro as well, so it's a little bit more populated down that direction. Grand Island is just off to the northwest of the cell as well, so it's kind of what we got going as of right now. Let me get back over to the velocities, give you an idea of what we're looking at there. And as of right now, very high wind speeds. Rotation is still not overly tight, though, with this storm. Definitely going to be something to monitor, but it's not tight. Definitely an area to watch, though. We definitely could get more inflow into this storm. Definitely could start to rotate as well. Back over to the velocities here. At the higher levels, there's more rotation. So just for reference, there's higher, up in the higher levels, there's more rotation. So we definitely have a little bit of rotation on this cell, but it's a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, just for reference. So there might be a funnel cloud of some sort. That's definitely not out of the question. Again, heading down to the south-southeast. Caro's next in track of this. Thank you, Terry, Jade, Bell, as well as Iron for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome. No, it's Caro. I confirmed it. It is Caro. This is the correct pronunciation. I know I'm not from Nebraska, but I know. Again, tornado warning still ongoing. We have a pretty decent looking supercell, though. We got some pretty large hail up here. Rotation doesn't seem to be overly strong at this time. Again, tornado warning still ongoing, though. Let me go back over to the velocities. Thank you, Kingsley, for subscribing. Yeah, we still have some high winds with this. I'm not seeing a whole lot in terms of a tight rotation, though, at this given time. Again, that would, again, there's a possibility that we could see some rotation that develops over the next few scans. But the latest, at least on terms of the rotation, seems to still be somewhat broad. But again, tornado could happen at any time. It could happen between scans. That's why you need to make sure you're still in shelter, away from windows. Again, Caro's going to be next in track for this. Anywhere near 58, next in track within the next couple of minutes, if not right now. Again, get into your safe place right now, as well as down near 2, Highway 2, down to the south. Near Caro, that's also another area where we're going to see the storm roll through that direction within the next 15 minutes, possibly even sooner. So if you're in Caro, make sure you're getting to shelter immediately. Do not wait. The cell is moving again pretty quickly down to the south-southeast. It has been a busy night. I was, again, not really expecting it to be this busy, but we've seen a lot of warnings so far. Can I map out a timeline? I don't know if I can. I downloaded a new beta version of the software, and it's kind of glitchy. I don't see it on here, but this is... I can't really give you a timing, but I'll give you an idea. Grand Island was expected around 9 o'clock. Caro within the next 5 minutes. Wood River probably going to be right after 9, so 9:15, maybe 9:10. It's kind of your timing at this point. I wish I could put it on here, but I don't know why it's not popping up on here. I'll have to figure it out after the stream. The storm's currently in Nebraska. And fairly large hail core as of right now, just off again to the northwest of Danenbrog. That's again moving down to the south-southeast. That is also producing, again, hen-egg-sized hail, so we're still looking at fairly large hail with this, along with possibly a tornado threat as well. Wind speeds are possibly as high as 70 as well, maybe even closer to 75 miles per hour. We got a lot of threats with this cell. Again, it's moving down to the south-southeast as of right now. No problem, Zero. Minnesota's not seeing storms tonight. You will have a possibility late Monday or Tuesday. Again, if you want more information on Minnesota's severe weather event, check out our latest forecast. That gives you all the details on what to expect. Let's take a look if we have any new mesoscale discussions. And as of right now, we don't have any new mesoscale discussions as of yet. I think somebody asked about severe weather tomorrow in Arkansas. The threat is very low. I can't remember who asked, but that was just for mainly damaging winds. Very low threat tomorrow. So nothing too crazy to be concerned about tomorrow. Hey, Wilson. This is currently Nebraska. Again, this is heading down to the southeast. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that just came in. This is for 70-mile-per-hour winds and as well as quarter-sized hail. That is moving down to the southeast as of right now. That's a brand new warning that just got issued there. And I believe that's what we got for warnings as of right now. I think we still have about 6 severe thunderstorm warnings. We got still 1 tornado warning ongoing. Again, that does include Caro and as well as Dannenberg. Topeka could definitely see some storms tonight. Again, it's going to depend on the developments of this ongoing area of storms, which again could become an MCS at some point. So we'll have to watch that. Okay, let's see if it's still working. I'm not sure if it is. All right, we're back. Apologize for the lag. I think it's better now, though. Can everybody hear me? It is still loading. This is better. How would there be a tornado in Sumner? I don't think Sumner is under a tornado warning. Okay, it looks like we're back. So I do apologize. I don't know why it just lagged out. Okay, so we're back now again. I don't know what just happened, but we are back. Again, tornado warning still ongoing. Let me go back over to the velocities. And the rotation looks to be a little bit more there than before. Kind of matching that with radar as of right now. Mainly strong winds, I would say, but there might be still a little bit of rotation there. It looks like there's to be, again, a tornado is still possible. Again, this is ongoing. Tornado warning, again, going toward Caro, going down again to the southeast. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I do apologize. I don't know why it lagged out there, but we are back. So I just had to change the server there. But again, this storm will be heading towards areas like Grand Island as well as Wood River pretty soon. Will it pose a tornado threat by then? It's still to be determined, but I can definitely guarantee you that there's still going to be a possibility for some winds around 60 to 70 miles per hour, as well as that potential for up to 10 egg-sized hail as it moves down to the southeast. Again, the main hail core is currently going through Dannenberg as of right now. Again, Caro is also going to be on the track of this over the next several minutes. And again, possibility for tornado still does exist with this cell. Again, tornado warning is still ongoing for those in this area. And again, radar indicator rotation. Caro and as well as Dannenberg both included in this ongoing warning. Yeah, lag does happen. I know. Kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know why it just randomly happened, but we are back. Yeah, this is a very dangerous storm that we have ongoing as of right now. Again, heading down to the south. There's no confirmation of a tornado. Again, this is radar indicated rotation. We may have had a tornado at some point. We may also have one right now, but again, there's not been any confirmation as of right now. Let me go over to the correlation coefficient. That will at least show us at least what we're looking at in terms of hail with this cell. That is not going to show us hail. Let me go back over here, back over to here. Still not showing. That is just... Why did my whole radar just turn blue? Okay, there we go. So let's look what we got going as of right now. Again, highest winds seem to be down here. Now, it shows that we have rotation here, but I'm pretty sure that's not where rotation would typically be. Now, if you look at the ongoing radar, yeah, it wouldn't be there. If there would be a tornado, it would be embedded somewhere in a little notch or a little hook. We're not seeing that. So we're definitely looking at high downburst winds, it looks like, with this cell. I'm not sure if we're looking at a whole lot of a tornado threat, though. But there's definitely a possibility. Again, just make sure you're still in shelter away from windows. As of right now, winds are definitely high. If we take a look at the wind speeds, it shows as high as 100. I think that's a little bit of an overestimate. We're definitely looking at around 70, maybe 75, though, miles per hour. That seems like a reasonable guess at this point in terms of how high the wind speeds are. Again, it's about to go into Caro, which, again, is a bit more of a populated area. So make sure, again, you're staying away from windows, lowest floor possible. Very dangerous storm, again, heading down to the south. Tornado warning is still ongoing. Yeah, aviation. It was just it was actually on my end. I had to fix it. I don't know why it happened, but we're back. Manhattan has a low chance of storms tonight. It depends on if this MCS kind of develops and if it kind of stays pronounced, as so far it has. So we definitely possibly could see this become a small MCS situation as it moves down to the southeast. So if it does, we could... Sorry, I hit my mic. We definitely could see some storms, though, in that area. We'll have to watch that pretty closely. And as of right now, we're not seeing anything in terms of at least a tornado being on the ground. We're definitely seeing some hail, as I mentioned before, up near Dannenberg. just to the southwest of there. The correlation coefficient's picking up on at least some of that. Again, wind speeds are possibly as high as 75 right now near Cairo. So also an update on that. And again, this look at the radars right now. Large hail core still just west of Danbrogue, heading down to the south-southeast. Again, tornado warning still ongoing for the next few minutes. It goes until 9 o'clock tonight. We'll see if it ever gets canceled. If we have any updates on this as well, let me take a look if we have any updates on Twitter. That usually is our best area to get anyways. All right, we have now a report of a funnel cloud. Rapid rotation is currently ongoing and wrap circulation. But as of now, there's no confirmation of this extending to the surface. That's our latest report from 5 minutes ago. We have now a confirmation of a funnel cloud with this storm. So that's the latest on this cell. And I kind of mentioned that before. I believe there could have been some sort of funnel cloud or anything like something like that. Again, that's our latest report. Funnel cloud possibly embedded in this storm. That's the latest from a storm chaser in this area near Cairo. So again, funnel cloud has been observed, or at least been observed here. As of right now, wind speeds are as high as 100 miles per hour. It's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Again, they might be as high as 100. I don't know if they are 100. My radar's been estimating as high as 100, but they might be a little bit lesser than that. But again, we've had a confirmation of a funnel cloud with this storm now. So that's our latest on this situation. Again, if you're just tuning in, funnel cloud near Cairo. About 5 minutes ago, that was our latest report. Yeah, so again, storm chaser reports rapid rotation and wrapped circulation. And again, there's no evidence of this reaching the ground at this point, but we at least have some sort of evidence of some pretty significant rotation with this cell. And again, that is now just coming into our end. Again, over in Cairo, storm chaser, just to reiterate one more time, storm chaser reported rapid rotation and rain wrap circulation. Again, no evidence of it hitting the ground yet. That was only 7 minutes ago. That is likely embedded down here with that rotation that we have near Cairo as of right now. So there definitely could be a possibility that we see a tornado hit the ground at some point over the next several minutes, or it may have already hit the ground. We just don't know. Again, it's a rain wrap circulation, and since it's getting a bit darker, it's going to be hard to also see that potential tornado right now. If there is one, luckily we're able to at least confirm, though, there's a funnel cloud. Again, if you're anywhere in this area, make sure you're seeking shelter away from windows and lowest floor possible. Definitely a very dangerous situation heading down to the south right now. I know, Baldy, I know it. It's pretty crazy. That's our latest report. Funnel cloud has at least been observed with this cell. Again, we have ongoing severe weather back out to the west of this, and we'll keep you updated with the latest. Let me go back over the velocities. And the velocities are kind of scuffed here. Let me go over to the base velocities. And again, rotation seems to be over here near Cairo. That's kind of what we got going here as of right now. It's gonna be embedded really in that little notch. It's not very defined area of a rotation, but that's kind of where we got our rotation as of right now. And it's near Cairo. Again, heading down to the south-southeast as of right now. Grand Island, by the way, as well as Wood River, definitely make sure you're on alert. This storm is heading down your direction. If it is still tornado warned, it might include Wood River and Alda. I don't think it'll include Grand Island, but those will probably be the next areas on track of this by then, if it's still tornado warned, which is definitely not out of the question at this point. Back to the velocities again. Velocities will come in here in a second. We'll wait for a minute. But the latest radar update still showing area of rotation is now near Highway 2. Again, over near Cairo. Southeastern Cairo is now kind of embedded in that area of rotation. Again, heading down to the south-southeast. This is currently a tornado warning, Nash, in portions of now southern Nebraska. That's kind of where we're at this point, near Grand Island. This is near, I believe, Highway 30. It's approaching. Grand Island. What we got going as of right now. All right, let me go back over the velocities here. And we're still not seeing anything on the updated velocities. This is still a couple of minutes old. I believe our new velocity should be coming in here any second. But this is a view from the base velocity. So again, rotation is still over here near Cairo. Now where our rotation is as of right now. Again, funnel cloud, if you're just tuning in, funnel cloud was confirmed with this cell. So we're definitely already seen a funnel cloud with this. Again, this is over in Howard County, Nebraska. Again, storm chasers reported a rapid rotation and rain wrap circulation. Again, no evidence of this extending to the ground as of 8:35 Central Time. That, again, that was 9 minutes ago, so we could have also seen a tornado hit the ground, and we might still have a funnel cloud still ongoing. A lot of questions still to be answered, but that's what we got going as of right now. Severe thunderstorm warning just expired, by the way, back up here to the north. Main area of any damaging winds, and as well as that hail threat and tornado threat is still existent in this ongoing tornado warning as of now. Again, as of now, we have a confirmed funnel cloud, but no other details as of now. I don't think there's a tornado on the ground now, but there could be one at any time. There's a look at the correlation coefficient as of right now. Again, we have a decent amount of hail here. If there were to be a tornado, it'd be located somewhere right about there. But as of right now, correlation coefficient is just picking up on air right here. It's not an ongoing tornado as of what we know now, but definitely gonna be something to watch. Let's move down to the south. Let me get back over here to the tornado. All right, so yeah, again, possibility for a tornado does exist. Kind of in that little notch. We have it a little bit more defined now, just to the southeast of Cairo. A little bit more of a defined area. Yeah, 15% is pretty bad. 2% is very low. 5% is low. 10% is like low to medium. 15% is like medium, and then high is basically anything beyond 15%. Yeah, we've seen some significant threats of tornadoes before. Obviously, tonight is not a situation where we have a significant threat, but we definitely again have some rotation going here. Obviously, we have already had confirmation of a funnel cloud with this. We also have a new report of hail of golf ball size by a National Weather Service employee over in Farewell. So that's our latest report up that direction as well. So it's our latest report there. Yeah, 60%. I've hardly ever seen 60% use. It's extremely rare. It only happens maybe once or twice a decade. It's extremely rare to ever happen. All right, let's go back over to the velocities. Again, our area of rotation still exists just to the southeast of Cairo as of right now. That's where we got, again, our rotation. And we still have that little notch. There definitely could possibly be a tornado here. Again, we have a little bit of a notch going in here. Tornado likes to sit kind of right about there. Might go and draw in black here again, kind of give a more pronounced area. But that's our area where we might have a tornado. They usually like to sit in that little couplet there. We go over to the correlation coefficient here. I'm not seeing anything on the correlation coefficient indicating we have a tornado on the ground at this given time. And we could have one at any time, though. But that's our area of rotation, it looks like now with this cell. Again, recent report of a funnel cloud. So we definitely could see a tornado at any time. Thank you, Hammernado, by the way, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you're having a great day as well. Thank you, Robert, for subscribing. Let me go over to the slightly higher up velocities here. Take a look. I'm not sure if it'll give me much of anything. Looks to be very glitched out in the upper levels. Let's go over here. Yeah, there's definitely a funnel cloud. I mean, if you look a little bit back in the scans, there's definitely a funnel cloud back there near Cairo, probably. We definitely could still see a tornado on the ground at any time here. Just to the southeast of Cairo. Again, your inflow currently going into the storm is kind of embedded right here. A little break possibility for a tornado kind of exists right there, just now east of 11. We may get a new tornado warning here pretty shortly as well. On the ground. We're getting confirmation now it's on the ground. I don't have anything confirmed that's on the ground as of now. It's on the ground. I would expect a new tornado warning, but yeah, I don't see anything confirmed that's on the ground now. I don't see anything yet. It might show on the radar that it shows that it's on the ground, but that does not mean it's on the ground. You have to take some little things there. Kind of take. Okay, we have a new tornado warning though. What's the Facebook link is in the description below, I believe. We have a new tornado warning that does include Wood River, Alda, Doniphan, as well as areas near Prosser. Those areas included in the new tornado warning. Again, ongoing rotation. We've had a confirmed funnel cloud. Again, this is currently heading down to the southeast. This is just to the west of Grand Island. So again, brand new tornado warning just got issued. Keep you updated again with the latest on this as it heads down to the southeast. And our area rotation right now is just to the southeast of Cairo. Again, possibility for a tornado does exist at any time. Again, nothing has confirmed any sort of actual confirmed tornado. We've had a lot of strong velocities though. Latest radar scan still showing at least some sort of rotation. It's not strong at the surface. It's a little bit stronger higher up though. It's kind of hard to see with all the glitches here in the radar. But the rotation as of right now, give you an idea of where it is as of right now. It's currently just now southeast of Cairo. Heading down again towards possibly Alda and Wood River. And area of rotation again is right there. South of Highway 2, west of Grand Island. So that's kind of our location as of right now, where the direction it's heading. And again, we've had a confirmation of a funnel cloud with this storm not very long ago, only about 15 minutes ago, and there very well might have been one going through Cairo as well. We're not 100% sure on that, but there may have been. And we also have that ongoing threat, by the way, of golf ball sized hail. So there's also a hail potential with this storm, and as well as downburst winds up to 70 miles per hour if there's not already a tornado with this. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now in terms of what to expect with this storm over the next 20 to 25 minutes. Again, warning does expire at 9:15 Central Time. That's the latest on this tornado warning as it moves down to the southeast. Tornado signs are going off in Grand Island. Okay, thank you for the report. Yeah, there's no tornado in Grand Island, but definitely can't rule out that there is a sirens going off, maybe just for those in western Grand Island, maybe. Again, those that are included is Wood River and Alda, right along Highway 30, where we got our ongoing area of rotation as of right now. It's just off to the north of there. Again, rotation's kind of up here, back up just east of 11. It's going to be approaching Highway 30 in the next couple of minutes. Just off to the northwest of Alda. Very, very small area, though, that we have a little rotation in, but definitely can't rule out a possible tornado. Again, funnel cloud was confirmed not very long ago. It's again heading down to the southeast. Southeast, excuse me. And we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that now does include Grand Island, as well as Kennesaw, Trumbull Bowl are all included in a new severe thunderstorm warning for winds up to 70 miles per hour, and as well as that potential for up to golf ball sized hail. That is our latest report on the ongoing warnings. We're down to 3 severe thunderstorm warnings for reference, by the way. So that's our latest update. This is not on the ground as of right now. We don't have any confirmation of that. It might be at any point, though. We just don't have any confirmation. We've had confirmations, though, of a funnel cloud back up just to the north of Cairo. That's what we have as of now. We're still waiting possibly some new reports on this, but that's what we got so far. But no confirmation on at least anything being on the ground as of yet. We do have a couple of storm chasers apparently in this area, by the way, so we might get some information from them, but as of now, not a whole lot to go off of. It's basically just the radar because, again, not a whole lot of people were expecting much of a threat tonight. This, again, pretty much came out of almost nowhere. Been live really ever since the beginning of this, actually, before it even really began. So, again, Alda and Wood River next in track of this. We'll go back to the velocities here in a second. But what we're primarily looking at here, again, a little bit of hail core there, but anywhere where there might be a tornado would probably be here near Alda, just to the north of Alda and Wood River, if there were to be one, and even a funnel cloud potentially be located there. We're not really looking anywhere up here. This is primarily rain back up here to the north, or even maybe just some hail and maybe some damaging winds. Back down here to the southwest part of the storm, though, a tornado may be located somewhere in here, or at least our rotation area is just off to the northwest of Alda and northeast of Wood River. So just to reiterate, that's where our rotation is. It is not off to the east. Again, if you're in Grand Island, you could see, again, up to golf ball sized hail, 70 mile per hour winds, but the main threat is currently near Alda and Wood River. Just kind of for reference. Again, this is currently tracking down to the southeast. Yeah, no confirmation yet, but we'll keep you up there with the latest. If we have any sort of reports, we do. Again, there's a couple of storm chasers in the area, but we have not had any confirmation of anything beyond that one funnel cloud report so far. What we got going as of right now. I'm taking a look at Alda here. See if I have any reports from there yet. Okay, so far nothing in Alda. In terms of reports, actually, we might have some cameras on this. I didn't even think of it, so let me take a look. Alda is extremely dark, by the way. Obviously, it is nighttime, so it's going to be hard to see anything in this area. I'm going to go over the Wood River here real quick. Wood River might be kind of too far to the west on this. And yeah, Wood River's kind of out of the way of this. Go to Alda as well. And Alda is, again, very dark. We have a lot of cars on the road, a lot of lights on. Obviously, it is nighttime, just for reference, but we don't have anything to really look at this point. There are some cameras in this area, but again, it's very dark. Not going to be really able to see anything right now. We will keep you updated though if we get any good photos or anything like that on this storm. Again, lightning could even help to maybe be able to brighten it up as well. Hey Rebecca, how you doing? Welcome back. Hear the tornado siren going off. It's probably going to be going off in anywhere from Grand Island back out towards Shelton. Sometimes that little siren goes off just for severe weather as well, just for reference. So it might not just include that tornado warning. It might also include that potential for some golf ball sized hail and that 70-mile-per-hour winds. That sometimes also has a siren going off for that. But Wood River and Alda, definitely make sure you're in shelter right now. Anywhere down to the south of that as well. South of 30, north of 30 even. Make sure you're in shelter if you're in that pink box. Again, that does go as far south almost as Prosser. So those areas are included. And very, very dangerous storm here that we're watching with a hail threat as well. And the radar is going crazy here. All right, let me go back over the blaze velocities. Their area of rotation currently centered over here, just now to the west of Alda. Again, embedded in that little storm there near Wood River. It might also be cycling, but I mean, I don't know if we've had no confirmation of a tornado. We've only had a funnel cloud so far, so there's definitely a possibility it might be cycling as well. Again, that's what we got going as of right now. The tornado warning is still ongoing. Here's the latest radar update. So, again, any rotation is probably going to be just off to the northeast of Wood River. And again, if you're in Grand Island, by the way, I know that's a bit more of a populated area. There may be a potential for up to 70-mile-per-hour winds and as well as golf ball sized hail for reference. So definitely could have some high winds there as well. And yeah, the latest radar update is still showing our main area of rotation right now. It's currently just now west of Alda. Rotation is currently centered here. That's our latest update. That's where our rotation is. Again, it's near Wood River. It's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. It's our area of rotation. And that's just now west of Alda and northeast of Wood River. That's our latest update. Again, a funnel cloud was confirmed about 20 minutes ago with this. We might still have that going. We might not. It's kind of just to be determined at this point. That's what we're looking at right now. Hey, Canada. How you doing? Back. And again, if you're just tuning in, by the way, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, we'll keep you updated throughout the evening. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the chat. Again, we do live streams like this all the time. We are only 26 subscribers away from 10,750. Would appreciate it. And honestly, there's been some good news so far with this storm. There is rotation still, but we're starting to see, it looks to be, again, there's still possibly a tornado here, but we still have, it looks like the overall storm is starting to lose some of its composure here. So there might be some good news coming out of this in the latest scans. Definitely a little bit of good news maybe. But as of now, again, there is still some rotation with this. It hasn't really gone away at this point. Again, near Alda right now, that's where our rotation is. We have extremely high winds, by the way. These winds possibly as high as 70 to 75 miles per hour. But we still have rotation right now here near Alda in the latest scan. It's basically right there. There's definitely still rotation. It's not tight, but it's strong. Again, that could develop at any time, so we're going to have to watch that still very closely. There you go, Darcy. There you go. Glad you're staying safe. Hey, Jonathan William for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, again, if you're in this tornado warning, get away from windows lowest where possible. Again, if you're in the tornado warning, you feel free to watch me. I'll keep you updated again with the latest, but I want to make sure that you get away from windows and whatnot. Treat the storm seriously, because again, a tornado could possibly develop at any time. Again, we've had already a confirmation of a funnel cloud with this before. And the tornado warning back up to the north byway just expired. That's for the one, obviously the one that we have ongoing is still ongoing though. So this warning's still ongoing. The one up to the north has expired. And area of rotation, for those that are just tuning in, is right now just off to the north of 30, not by much. It's probably actually over Highway 30 right now. Again, radar scans come in every couple of minutes, but that's probably where we're at this point. Again, just off to the east-northeast of Wood River. Moving down to the south. Thanks, Jackson. I appreciate it. Are the tornado sirens going off? As of what I know, there's been tornado sirens going off in this area. So typically they do. Tornado possible in Gibbon? Where's Gibbon? Over here somewhere? Is that down to the south? All right, here's the latest radar update. So again, near Alda right now, tornado warning still ongoing. Trying to get this tornado warning on here. So it looks like our area of rotation is now just shifted over south now of Highway 30 near Wood River. Velocities are basically right here, so that's where our winds are. Yeah, that's where the possibility for a tornado does exist. Wind speeds and downbursts are around 70. That's where they're peaking right now. So 65 to 70 near Alda as of right now. And in between Alda and Wood River is our highest wind speeds with this storm. Correlation coefficient's not picking up on anything yet, but again, we'll keep you updated. Look at the radar. Again, we have a little bit of a hook now there. Pretty defined area now. It's becoming a little bit more defined than before in terms of that little hook. And this is currently southwest of Alda. Again, if you're out in front of this, by the way, this will be going toward 281, Prosser, possibly later on. Trumbull as well, possibly in the track. Hastings, maybe later on. Clay Center, Harvard, Glenville, all possibly in the track later on. That would probably at least be another 45 minutes to an hour until they get to your location, but that's what we got going as of right now with this cell. You're just tuning in. This is in south central portions of Nebraska with our ongoing tornado warning. Let's go back over to the velocities here. And I'm still seeing very high winds. I'm not seeing anything in terms of a tight rotation as of right now. It's extremely high winds. I'm going to go over to the higher levels, though. And slightly higher up, let's take a look. It still shows possibly a funnel cloud near Alda from not too long ago. Still at the surface, though, we're seeing extremely high winds, it seems like, right now. And we're still seeing, it looks to be 70 to 75 miles per hour. I'm seeing about 70 right now popping up on here. Somewhere between 65 to 70, even as high as 73 I just saw up here near Alda being estimated by radar in terms of the wind speed. So we're still seeing extremely high wind speeds. There is still some rotation though in the higher levels. Again, we could see that tighten as it gets closer to the surface as well. So again, we've already had a funnel cloud report not too long ago. It was about 30 minutes ago now, but we've already had funnel cloud with this cell just for reference. Yeah, that's our ongoing tornado warning. Again, this is near Grand Island, just off to the west of Grand Island. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning down to the south, but that's, again, kind of out of our way right now. Main warning, again, is going to be this tornado warning west of Grand Island. Let me go back over here. Let's go back over to the velocities as of right now. Again, highest winds are kind of really embedded where that area of rotation is as of right now, southwest of Alda. That's where our area of rotation, though, is as of right now. Here's the latest radar update. So we do have a good amount of hail, by the way, possibly coming as well. This is all possibly indicative of hail near Grand Island. That could be, again, upwards of golf ball size. So definitely something to keep in mind. Again, those in Grand Island, not out of the threat of severe weather. You're definitely going to possibly see some severe weather over that direction. But the main area of where rotation is, again, is southeast of Wood River. And that's kind of what we got is right now. Again, rotation's been pretty broad all across this area. It's not been strong. It's kind of in the moderate stage still. It has been for a while. Again, in the upper levels, again, it's still pretty strong. So we might still have a funnel cloud with this. But at the surface, at least, it does not seem to be overly tight. Correlation coefficient, again, not picking up on anything in terms of at least a tornado being on the ground as of now. Again, very good news, but we're still seeing high winds. These brighter greens, again, are representing high wind speeds above 70 to 75. So we're still seeing some high wind speeds. And make sure you're seeking shelter away from windows. This is not inflow. This is just actually outflow driven. These storms back out to the west are outflow driven. Once these kind of cross over this tornado warning, this tornado warning storm will likely really lose its rotation, but that will probably at least be another 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even longer than that. Here's the latest radar update. It seems like it's losing its little hook down here, but it still has some high winds. I think it might be coming outflow dominant, which again is very good news. Still keep you updated though, just in case. But I think the winds are starting to become, again, I think the storm really is becoming more outflow dominant, which is good news. Because I think it is. From the latest radar scans, what we're seeing on the velocities, we're still seeing high winds. I mean, we're still talking possibly 80 miles per hour. And we have a new tornado warning that just came in, and that is actually for that possible, I mean, someone just mentioned in chat the inflow. There's actually now there's now a new tornado warning that just got issued for Shelton, Gibbon, as well as Prosser, and Keenshaw. Those areas all included in a new tornado warning that includes the potential for tornado. This storm actually has some pretty good rotation too on it as well. Let's go over to the radar here. This is a look at the radar as of right now. This cell looks extremely pronounced on the latest scan. A new tornado warning just got issued south of Shelton. Again, possibility for tornado exists with this storm now, and that might even be on the ground. Let me take a look at the correlation coefficient. And as of now, there might be a tornado on the ground. It's possible. It's possible. Again, this is a brand new tornado warning. Very strong rotation now here just south of Shelton. Yeah, make sure you're seeking shelter immediately away from windows. We now have 2 tornado warnings ongoing for 2 completely different cells. This one seems to be having the most rotation out of either one, so we'll keep an eye on this one more closely. We'll watch the other one as well. Yeah, this storm has extremely strong rotation now just south of Shelton. And it might also be on the ground right now. Yeah, we'll be heading down to the southeast, going toward Roseland as well. Those areas are on the track of it. Yeah, correlation coefficient shows a little bit. I mean, if we kind of outline the area of rotation, it's right there. It's in that little ball. The only problem with the ongoing correlation coefficient, it sometimes shows this. We have a little bit of these brighter colors showing up once those colors get a little bit less indicative. So it's kind of hard to explain, but it might be on the ground. It's not 100% sure, though. These blues are not representing a tornado, by the way. That is just purely basically air. It's not really much of anything. It's a little bit of rain. It does happen with radar glitches, but there may be something here. And here's the latest radar update. Let's take a bit more of a look at it now. And rotation is still right here, looks like. It looks to be slightly broader. And this is an insane inflow. Look at this inflow going into the storm right now. That is an insane inflow right now. And here's a look at, let me go back over here. So this is a look at the inflow as of right now going into the cell. Again, a pretty pronounced hook. Yeah, if a tornado would be located anywhere, I mean, as of right now, the rotation's over here. So again, southeast of, or just southeast of Shelton. Keensaw is going to be next on track of this storm. Again, pretty pronounced area of rotation. This is a very dangerous looking cell, by the way. I mean, we're looking at a significant area here that is definitely very pronounced. Let me look at the correlation coefficient again. And let's go over to these greens real quick. Let me take a look. So this is the area of green. That might be representative, maybe a little bit of debris. Here's a look at the tornado area of rotation. There may be a tornado on the ground. There definitely might be one here. Because that is right where that might be a little bit of a debris ball. So there might actually be a little bit of debris being lofted up into the atmosphere right here. Now, again, I can't confirm it completely, but there may be a tornado on the ground here going down to the southeast. And again, this is your very strong inflow. Tornado might be located here. Again, a little bit of green showing up the correlation coefficient. You can see it there. I'm almost guaranteeing you there's probably a tornado there, at least on that scan. Again, the velocities as of right now are pretty much in that same area. So there may have at least been a tornado on the ground for a brief amount of time at some point just south of Shelton. That's what we're seeing, at least at this point. There probably was something there. Very strong rotation, again, as I mentioned before. Inflow seems to be weakening slightly more on this latest scan. We still have some inflow, though, going into the storm right now. Again, possible tornado still on the ground there. Might be on the ground, might not be. Can't confirm it, but I'm waiting to see if we get any confirmation from the National Weather Service or anything like that. But there very well may have been a tornado with this storm. Again, correlation coefficient really was showing some debris there for a second. I'm assuming that it was probably something that was more on the weaker side, but definitely can't rule out it might have been something a bit more strong, and it was pretty brief if there was any tornado there. Yeah, this is an extremely strong hook that we're looking at here. And back over to the velocities. Not seeing, again, anything that's overly tight. Let me go a little bit higher up here. And once you go even slightly higher up, it's stronger. So we definitely probably at least still have a funnel cloud or something along those lines right now, west of Prosser. And again, it's heading down to the southeast, just south of Shelton right now. And latest radar scan still showing a little bit more broad rotation. So it's broadening out a little bit. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient. And it possibly still maybe a little bit more debris still maybe up in the air if there was a tornado. Let's look at the live radar, as I said before, and we still have a fairly defined area of an inflow. Again, it was much more defined a couple of scans ago, but this is an insane storm that developed out of almost nowhere. It really became pronounced very quickly. It definitely possibly still has a tornado, but that is the area where there might be a tornado just off to the west of Prosser. Again, we have 2 tornado warnings ongoing. This is not our only one. We have one just off to the northeast of this. This is primarily, it looks like, for strong winds. I'm not seeing any rotation that's crazy on this one, but we'll watch it closely. Again, winds around 80 miles per hour are possible just to the northeast of Prosser as well. So Prosser's in between really 2 horrible storms right now. Prosser, though, if you're in Prosser, make sure you're seeking shelter away from windows and lowest floor possible. Again, your strongest winds currently is off to the west of Prosser. Possible tornado still possibly there in that little area there. Again, here's your inflow right now. Again, your hook pretty pronounced there. If there would be a tornado, be located again right about there. Very dangerous cell again heading down to the south-southeast. Latest radar scan still cutting off that inflow, which is again very good news. If we can still see this get cut off over the next few scans, that very well might hinder the overall tornado potential later on. But as of now, the inflow seems to be getting cut off for the most part. That might indicate that we're going to start seeing this weaken. But let's go back to the velocities. And it looks to be possibly broadening out. Definitely can't rule out there might be still something maybe brief on the ground. That's your area of rotation as of right now in comparison to the live radar. And then the correlation coefficient, not showing a whole lot, which is again very good news so far in this area. But again, there might have been one just prior to this. Just off to the west-northwest of Prosser. We do have a new destructive severe thunderstorm warning for just areas north of Blue Hill. Winds up to 80 miles per hour are possible in this new warning. So again, we are now up to a destructive supercell that's heading down to the south, and that is all associated, by the way, with this storm, that tornado warned storm up here to the north that is producing winds as high as 80 miles per hour. So get away from windows again, treat it as if it's a tornado warning there as well. We are looking at a lot of severe weather still, and we just got our, again, most recent report, potentially winds as high as 80 miles per hour now down there to the southeast. Get away from windows, lowest floor possible, stay away from windows. Very dangerous storm going that direction as well. Again, this is our ongoing tornado warning as well. We got 2. This is our main one, though, as of right now. Again, that's your inflow as of right now, just off to the west of Prosser. Get our next radar update right now. So we're going to get our next radar update, see if this has any sort of rotation still going with it. At least the wind's going away from the radar, going toward the radar. Counterclockwise spin here on this cell as of right now. The latest scan still showing a little bit of something. We still have a lot high winds here. The area of rotation is basically right here. Let's go back over the live radar. And the inflow has been, for the most part, cut off. So that might hinder if we see anything beyond now as it heads down to the south-southeast. So as of now, though, the inflow is completely gone. So we're not seeing any inflow going to the storm anymore. So that's, again, very good news there. But we definitely could see it redevelop as it moves down to the south-southeast. There is still rotation, so still stay in shelter. It's not nearly as strong as before, but we definitely still have some rotation here. Again, this is the winds going away from the radar. The winds going towards the radar are extremely stronger. I mean, we're talking possibly as high as 70 to 80 miles per hour there as well. So definitely a possibility as it moves down to the south and south-southeast. Still a lot of dangerous warnings that we still have ongoing. Again, 2 tornado warnings ongoing. And this is just one of them. We have a tornado warning also back up here. Let's go over this one real quick. This will look at the velocities. And as of now, nothing tight. We're still seeing winds, though, around 80 miles per hour being estimated by radar. You can see 80 miles per hour there being estimated by radar. Again, that's off to the northeast of Prosser. West right now of 281. So we have extremely high winds with this cell right now as it moves down to the south-southeast. But yeah, I mean, we're talking a lot of storms right now that have pretty significant severe weather. That is a glitch. Let's go back over here. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, hit the subscribe button down below. Again, we'll keep you updated throughout the evening. And we are very close to 11,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate the subscribe button if you're just tuning in for the first time. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the chat as well. Keep you updated with the latest. Again, 2 tornado warnings ongoing. We've got several severe thunderstorm warnings. We have a tornado warning that expired. Okay, let me take a look. As of right now, don't see anything that's been expired at this given moment. The tornado warning back up here to the north may have expired, though. It expires actually in 40 seconds, so it'll probably be let to expire. This warning, though, is still ongoing. I'm going to go ahead and remove the tornado warning for now, that first one. We still got this one ongoing, though. This one still has some rotation. Let's hop back over the velocities. There's still some rotation here. It does not look to be impressive, but it was obviously a lot more impressive before. There is still some rotation, though, there, just to the southwest of Prosser. And that could very well redevelop at any time. Got a lot of severe weather ongoing. Again, we'll keep you updated with the latest on all of the warnings. And again, tornado warning still ongoing here. This is going over near Kennesaw, if I'm saying the name right. I think that's somebody, how you pronounce it. But that's the ongoing tornado warning. Again, your rotation is basically centered there, moving into that downtown area here pretty shortly. Look at the live radar. Again, we're not seeing a whole lot of an inflow anymore, but it would probably be rain wrapped if there was a tornado. It would be located right about there. That's where our area of rotation is. Again, we still have some rotation. It's not gone completely, but it looks to be weakening over the last several scans, which is, again, very good news. If it can continue to weaken, that'd be obviously extremely great news for this area, because there might have already been a tornado with this. Here's a look at the correlation coefficient as well along with it. No tornado on the ground as of this current scan. Again, one might develop at any point, so we're going to watch it again very closely. I'm also going to check and see if we did have a confirmation of a tornado on this yet. I'm not entirely sure if we did. Let me take a look. Again, that's your area of rotation. All right, let me take a look if we have any confirmation on this yet. That was from earlier. Again, from earlier, we might have had a tornado there, but so far, I'm not seeing any confirmation on that, but we definitely possibly did have one. Again, there was a little bit of debris it looked like being lifted up in the atmosphere at the given time that we had there before. But latest radar scan, the rotation's completely gone. This tornado warning might be let to be canceled. Looks to be becoming more outflow dominant. We actually have a very pronounced outflow boundary, by the way, here. That you can see. I just drew a horrible line. But pretty pronounced outflow boundary, though, right here. That's producing, again, damaging winds upwards of 80 miles per hour. And again, we have that potential for winds up to 80 miles per hour going towards the radar site, just for reference. So there is extremely high winds still ongoing with this storm. Especially back up here in the north. This is an area just off to the west of Trumbull. There's definitely some very high winds here. Let me take a look at the estimated winds on radar. And we're talking possibly as high as 90 miles per hour. So there are now winds possibly as high as 90 miles per hour up here, just to the west of 281. So that's our latest update over this direction. Yeah, these storms are currently tracking down to the south. Latest update, again, of 90 mile per hour winds being estimated by radar. That is extremely high winds that we're looking at. Possibly going to get an upgrade on this severe thunderstorm warning as well. That's our latest update. And again, there's a little bit of rotation there. It's not strong by any means, but there's still a little bit of rotation there. Again, this is your ongoing tornado warning. It has not been canceled yet. We'll see. Yeah, the winds are extremely high up here. I mean, we're talking extremely dangerous situation up this direction. It is actually an extremely dangerous situation now on this warning. So, latest update, we're now in an extremely dangerous situation on this warning just to the west of Trumbull. The winds, again, are extremely high. And we also have a bit of rotation trying to develop. But right now, the winds are, again, as high as 90 miles per hour. So we're back to an extremely dangerous situation for those along this area. Again, that's going down to the south, going towards areas like Hastings. So in Hastings, get away from windows. Treat this as, again, as if it is a tornado warning. Treat it as if it is one. Because, again, winds up to 90 miles per hour, which is now being estimated by radar, can cause a lot of damage. All right, let me go back over to the severe thunderstorm warning. I believe the other tornado warning will be let to expire. I'm going to go and edit this back to a, again, an extremely dangerous situation we got going as of right now. All right. This is not a PDS. This is an EDS. EDS is different. EDS, again, is for severe thunderstorm warnings. We're talking possibly as high as 90 miles per hour wind speeds right now. We also have rotation probably trying to develop, it looks like, again, on this cell. Again, tornado warnings ongoing down here. That rotation, though, is weakened out. I don't expect that to continue. West of Trumbull, though, this area of rotation is still possibly, it looks to still be rotating a little bit here. This was previously tornado warned, but the wind speeds are extremely high here. I mean, we're still talking 90 miles per hour here near 281. And again, it's heading down to the south-southeast. So we're still looking at some very high winds. Thank you, Scott, as well as Penny, for subscribing, by the way. Appreciate it, guys. All right, let me go back down over to the... Yeah, as of right now, again, that's heading down to the southeast. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Again, damage winds up to 90 miles per hour now possible at this cell. Latest scans, again, showing some fairly high wind speeds. Maybe rain wrapped. I don't know if there's a tornado with this. We're still looking at very high winds. The rotation still seems to be broad at this point. And now we're up to almost 96 miles per hour in the latest radar scan, at least estimated by radar. So we're still talking possibly very high winds here. But yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Again, it's heading down to the southeast. Let me go back over to the reflectivity. Also, the tornado warning just got canceled, by the way. So the one back out to the west is now been canceled. Has this warning been upgraded to 90 miles per hour yet? Let me take a look. All right, it has not been upgraded to 90 miles per hour yet. It's still warned for 80. Again, I can't rule out it's up to 90. The radar, again, is estimating right around 90 miles per hour here near 281. Again, it's heading down to the south. Yeah, and those included in this warning still does include Hastings. It does include almost down to the Blue Hill radar site down there in southern Nebraska as well, just for reference. Again, this is just west of Trumbull as of right now. So extremely high winds, definitely a possibility for a little bit of rotation as well as heads down to the southeast. Is it rare for a PDS tornado and a slight risk? It's not rare, but it's pretty uncommon. We don't usually see it very often. I'd say it's rare. It does happen though occasionally. We've seen it before. Morton, Texas tornado was one of those that had a PDS tornado warning back in May. I remember that one. We've had a couple of them. I was actually live for the Morton, Texas tornado one, so that was a slight risk, and it did have a tornado warning. And it was a PDS. It was a very large tornado. But yeah, as of right now with this storm, again, I know a lot of people are asking, is there going to be a tornado with this storm in the next several minutes? Is there any sort of crazy rotation that we're looking at? As of now, it seems to be more of a wind maker. We're still seeing some very high winds where there might be some rotation. You can kind of see the reds, though. Those are the winds, again, going away from the radar. Those are not that strong, and they're not really that tight with that green area of rotation, or the green area of winds, excuse me. So the green winds, again, are the ones going away, or going toward the radar. Again, red's going away from the radar. This is your counterclockwise spin. But we're not seeing any tightening in rotation, so we're not really, it looks to be that concerned, at least, about a tornado threat in the imminent future. Could that happen at some point? Not out of the question, but as of now, it seems to be very high winds more than anything. You can see in the latest radar scan, the reds are completely gone for the most part, but we're still looking at pretty high winds. I mean, the radar is still estimating around 90, so we could still be seeing some high winds between 80 to 90 miles per hour, maybe even a little bit higher than that as of right now. Again, this is tracking down to the southeast. Hastings, by the way, if you're in Hastings, get away from windows. Treat, again, as if this is a tornado warning. Treat it as if it is one, because again, situations like this, 90 mile per hour winds are basically an EF1 tornado if they are that high right now. Again, very dangerous cells right now heading down to the southeast. Kind of see that it looks like there's a little bit of an inflow going to the storm, which there might be a little bit of an inflow, but the overall rotation seems to be pretty minimal right now. Seems to mainly be more of a damaging wind component right now. Update the counter, thank you. Let's forget about that. And we have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing as of right now, so let's update that as well. Which all 3 are still producing some fairly significant threats. There isn't really a severe thunderstorm warning, at least in Nebraska, for example, that's producing some sort of, 60 mile per hour event or even some quarter-sized hail. These are all pretty significant threats. They're not just on your, low-end severe weather scale at this point. These are all pretty significant still. Radar still estimating around 90. Let me take a look if we have any updates on this warning still. Again, this is a destructive supercell, currently heading down to the southeast. Let me go back over to, let me take a look if we have any reports on this yet. Yeah, as of right now, I'm not seeing anything at this point in terms of a confirmation at this point in terms of the winds being that high at 90, but they definitely could be. And the radar is not usually too off from what the wind speeds are, especially when they're this high. And this is actually very close to the radar site, by the way. And this also could be slightly above the surface, just for reference. So we might be seeing, 90 mile per hour winds above the surface. The latest radar update shows around 80, so that's actually good news. So it looks like it's around 80 now, just north of Hastings. So again, 80 is still very high. It's still basically like an EF0 to EF1 tornado. So again, stay away from windows, lowest floor possible, and treat it as if it is a tornado warning as it heads down to the southeast. Hey, 1920s, how you doing? It's been a very active night. I think you missed a lot of it. There's been a few tornado warnings. I think we've had 3 or 4 now. 90 mile per hour winds with the storm earlier in this live stream. There's been a lot of severe weather. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? Are you tuning in? There's a lot of severe weather that's been ongoing, and this is just, again, extremely high winds going toward Hastings. Let me take a look if we have any view on this storm. Again, it is nighttime. It's gonna be hard to see anything, but we'll take a look. I believe we might have some sort of cam view from Hastings. And we do, but it's very blurry, so I won't show you. But there's nothing really to be seeing there. Again, it is nighttime, so overall, it's gonna be pretty difficult to see anything on these storms. As of right now, we're not seeing anything. Wind speed still around 80 to 85, possibly with this storm being estimated again by radar. And the highest wind speeds are currently near Hastings. And severe thunderstorm warning still ongoing. Destructive supercell warning for 80-mile-per-hour winds, and as well as quarter-sized hail. Again, this is tracking down to the southeast. That might be a glitch. 111 miles per hour is not accurate. I was going in Alaska. I don't really cover Alaska weather. We only cover the lower 48 for the most part. Hey, thanks, Reed. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. I've never... Wow, that's actually crazy. Appreciate you tuning in. I love your work, by the way. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, velocities are still remaining pretty high here near Hastings. Still being estimated around 80 to 85 miles per hour. Going towards 6. So, again, if you're near 6 or Hastings, again, make sure you're getting away from windows. Again, treat it as if this is a tornado warning. Because, again, winds like this are basically like an EF0 to EF1 tornado. I've reiterated a lot, but a lot of people don't realize these sort of warnings can actually cause significant damage. And storms like this, again, we're still seeing, with the latest radar scans, are still showing around 80 miles per hour. So we're still looking at very high wind speeds as this moves down to the south and southeast. Tornado warnings are expired. Yes, you're correct. Tornado warnings are no longer ongoing, but the one warning that we got going here, 80 miles per hour, is basically like being treated like an EF0 to EF1 tornado type situation. We're still going to potentially see some damage to mobile homes and whatnot. A lot of trees will likely be down from these storms as well. I'm assuming we're getting a lot of damage reports from these storms already. We've already had, again, a lot of wind reports in terms of very high winds as well. So that's what we've seen so far. Make sure you're staying away from windows. Lowest floor possible. Blue Hill, by the way, the radar site is going to be possibly in the track of this area of storms near Roseland. That area definitely could potentially see some winds as well. Potentially between 70 to 80 miles per hour. I would assume it's going to be a little bit lower on the scale. As of right now, the winds are being probably estimated somewhere between 50 to 55, maybe a little bit lower than that. But still treat as if there's possibility for 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. The severe thunderstorm warning back out near Bladen is only for 60 mile per hour winds for reference. That's actually updated. So no longer includes areas like Norman or Upland, just for reference. So the warning no longer includes that far west, but it does still include areas like Roseland. Again, the main warning that we have ongoing is for those in Hastings, Glenville, Fairfield, also Clay Center, and Harvard. Definitely make sure you're on alert because this area of storms will be tracking down to your south or going toward your region. It's currently moving down to the southeast, so as of right now. Back to the velocities as of right now. It looks like the highest wind speeds as of right now are currently moving through Hastings. We're seeing actually in the latest radar scans a lot of good news on the latest updates. Now, obviously, the radar is not always correct, but it is typically fairly accurate. The latest radar scan is showing somewhere between 65 to 70 miles per hour at the peak. So that is very good news at this point in terms of the overall wind speeds in these areas. Joel, this is currently over in... Okay, I thought something weird just happened there. It's currently over in southern Nebraska. That's where we're at as of right now. All right, let me back over to correlation coefficient. By the way, it's not really showing anything. Yeah, I was just gonna kind of see if we have any hailstorms going on in here, but I think for the most part, it's primarily just damaging winds. I think this is mainly just an MCS that we've been kind of seeing developing, and we actually have some more damage back over here to the west. There's actually a roof on top of a two-car garage was destroyed over in Holbrook. That was actually from the storm earlier. It was a very small storm that developed. It apparently produced a roof to be able to be ripped off a two-car garage there over in Farmstead. $half size hail was also reported. So there's also a storm spotter that was surveying the damage in that area. So we also have again, that was a new report there. And we also had an 80 mile per hour report back up near a possible brief tornado actually just came in. I didn't see this before. There may have been a possible brief tornado over near Cairo. And again, that area I was covering at the time, there was actually some pretty strong rotation at that point, at least in the upper levels. There may have been a tornado at that point over there. Kearney as well also had a report of a 64 mile per hour wind gust a little bit earlier. So we have some new reports coming in. That's one of them. Thank you, Robin and Rye Guy, for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. All right, latest update still showing around 60 miles per hour. Wind speeds seem to be going down. Again, we'll keep you updated with the latest, see if anything does kind of change over the next several minutes. I'm seeing a peak of around 65 miles per hour. The winds seem to be going down a little bit. We're still seeing possibly around 65 to 70. But yeah, this definitely possibly could become a little small MCS again as it heads down to the southeast, possibly into Kansas. If it can maintain its composure. Again, it's being outflow driven at this point, but we'll have to watch it still pretty closely as it heads down that direction. Let me go back over. Let's see if we have a new mesoscale discussion at all. And as of now, no new mesoscale discussion. Again, these storms may enter into northern Kansas. Definitely could pose a threat for severe weather there as well. So we'll keep you updated with that as well. Is Grand Island safe from the tornado? Yeah, Grand Island, you're done. You're not with in any sort of way going to see any tornado threat tonight. Overall, it looks like you're just seeing some rain and maybe some thunder and lightning up that direction. Severe weather is kind of past your direction now. Can't rule out maybe another storm after now, but I think overall you'll be probably just seeing some rain and then eventually winding down for the rest of this evening. Most of the storm activity, again, is going to be moving down to the south and east. Once you get hit by a storm, that will likely be your only storm for the most part, unless you're back out here to the west with these clusters of storms. For example, if you're near like Holdridge, for example, the areas up here to the north, another little weak area of storms is ongoing there. That will not pose much in terms of severe weather threats, though. Radar says 85. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends on what you're looking at, but overall, the velocities are definitely a lot lower. There's a lot of these little specs that kind of show up, and just for terms of if you ever use like radar scope or something like that, the specs are not accurate. You have to really go with the broad gist of what we're kind of looking at. So these brighter colors, once you kind of get closer to a lot of the same colorizations, those are usually more accurate than just looking at a single spec. Those are usually just little glitches. I mean, for example, 97, just nowhere close to accurate. We're really looking around 55 to 65, it looks like, in these latest radar scans. Let me take a look if we have any new updates on this warning. Usually comes in through this, but I'm not sure if our warning is still 80 miles per hour or not. I would assume it's lower, but it is still 80 miles per hour, but I would overall say that the extremely dangerous situation is probably a little bit lower. Hey, thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it. Man, 2 of you guys came in tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate Rita and as well as Brandon for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Is there a possibility for a brief tornado in Chicago? No, there's not. We actually did have a possible brief tornado, though, as I kind of mentioned before, up here near Cairo. So that was north of Wood River, northwest of Grand Island. We actually possibly had a brief tornado up that direction. No problem, Oscar. Appreciate you tuning in. No problem at all. All right, let's go back over the velocities. We'll take a look and see what we got still going. Again, most of the winds have been, it seems like, dying down, which is, again, pretty good news so far on this storm. Been a lot of activity. As I mentioned before, this live stream was not really intended to be anything too crazy. It was just kind of being like maybe an hour stream. I literally just got a new office chair today, so I was like, you know, I'll show it off, and that will be probably about it, 1 hour. Kind of do the live stream and kind of get over the ongoing severe weather. And the ongoing severe weather earlier, by the way, when I first went live, was pretty minimal. We only had 2 warnings. They were like $0.50 to 60 mile per hour winds, nothing too crazy. All of a sudden, it ramped up so fast, and I was pretty shocked. I think a lot of people were caught off guard by it too. Again, the severe weather aspect today was not really intended to be significant severe weather. Obviously, we did get upgraded to a slight risk. I only expected scattered to maybe some numerous storms, with maybe a couple of those being severe. Nothing to this extent, and I don't really think anybody was forecasting this. I mean, this is kind of out of the blue. I'm glad I went live for it, though, because again, this really just did come out of nowhere. We're now down to 60 miles per hour on this warning. Let me go ahead and change over my text again. I keep having to change. I'll have to make my own graphic for extremely dangerous situations in terms of severe thunderstorm warnings, but back over. That's warnings, not warning. Hopefully I kept you guys safe, though. I hope everybody that was included in these warnings was able to kind of stay safe tonight. Obviously, we had a lot of severe weather tonight, and luckily it looks like it's winding down overall. Again, we will possibly see some more severe weather as this moves down over to the southeast, but I think the threat will kind of go down. Sorry, I have to keep adjusting this. There we go. Kearney's probably just gusty winds over that direction. Let me get back over here to the radar. There we go. Yeah, here's a look at the ongoing storms. It's a big complex. Here's your outflow boundary, as I kind of mentioned before. Going through areas like Oxford, and obviously a lot of rain from this. We might see a little bit of isolated, localized flooding as well with this. But yeah, near Kearney as of right now, just primarily winds under 50 miles per hour to expect. Nothing too crazy up that direction. Oh, there's an outdoor concert over in Hastings? Is there really? Yeah, anything outdoors, definitely, those plans are ruined at this point in terms of these locations. Hopefully it kind of winds down, though, but I think the rain will still on go probably for the next couple of hours, at least in Hastings. I mean, we'll have a lot of rain behind it. You can see all this rain back here, up here to the north. Definitely a lot of rain. Also back out to the west, for example. Obviously, anywhere along 34, we're still seeing a good amount of storms as well. A lot of rain. So a lot of stuff still ongoing, but overall severity of these storms is definitely going down. Here's a wide look at things. We actually got some severe weather ongoing over in western Kansas now. 60 mile per hour winds. Let's hop over to this real quick. Just near Garden City, 6 mile per hour winds. We actually did a 72 mile per hour wind report about 40 minutes ago over in Syracuse, Kansas. But 60 mile per hour winds as well as penny-sized hail possible. That's moving off to the east. Garden City possibly in the track of that. That should stay well to the west and north of Dodge City. You might see some isolated storm activity that direction, but severe weather likely going to be minimal over there in Dodge City. But these storms have been very pronounced. Definitely going to say that. Wind speeds have definitely gone down, though. Purple, any of these pinks are usually, in most cases, small hail. In this instance, it's probably just heavier rain at this point. I'm not seeing a whole lot of hail right now with these storms, per se. Wind maybe 30 over in Hastings. Okay, thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, at this point, the winds being estimated by radar, let's take a look. Around about 40 to 45 at this given time in Hastings. So it might be a little bit higher. Looks like they're starting to show higher speeds now north of the radar site, around 70. Let me take a look, though. Look at the live radar. Can't really, maybe some strong downburst winds possibly there. Let's go back over the velocities here near Glenville. Not a whole lot of rotation. There was a little bit like a little inflow trying to develop there. I think that might be just for a scan here or two. Overall, though, these storms will likely become outflow driven. The tornado threat, again, will kind of go down and whatnot. Syracuse, Kansas is pretty much done with storms. Most of those storm activities move off to your east, Skyla. But yeah, we might actually get it. Again, I'll keep you updated on our Discord server. If you're not on our Discord server, by the way, I'll link it in chat by Nightbot. Nightbot will post it, but go check out our Discord, join it. Again, I'll keep you updated. If there's any new updates in terms of if we have a confirmed tornado, anything like that, I will post those on Discord as well as on our Twitter. Twitter's linked down in the description below as well. By the way, latest report, 58 mile per hour wind gusts over at Hastings Airport. That is our latest report on the wind speeds in Hastings. So we do have confirmation at least around severe weather levels in that area. What time will I stream until? I have no clue. Hey, Pilot, how you doing? Welcome back. This is currently in southern Nebraska. I am working on putting something on our screen that will say what state we're in, but I might have to code something because I would like it to change kind of automatically. Tuesday looks really bad. Tuesday will probably have a pretty decent, significant severe weather event, at least in terms of damaging winds up in the Midwest. And again, if you want more information on that, check out our latest forecast. That has all the details for you. We do have a new mesoscale discussion, by the way. Risk for damaging winds may continue south of the current severe thunderstorm watch, so we may get a new severe thunderstorm watch possibly in up in northern portions of Kansas. That would include areas near Belleville, for example, Smith Center possibly, Marysville even. Marysville might be a little bit east of there, but there might be some storm activity in this area here, so definitely something to kind of keep in mind. Again, if you're in northern Kansas tonight, anywhere north of 40, severe weather definitely not out of the question. You might still see some storms as far south even as 40, or even further south than that. But I think the severe weather aspect of all these storms will probably reach 40 and kind of start to really dwindle down by then. Is Tornado HQ a good site? I have never heard of it, Tornado HQ before. Hey, Wilson. Nah, Shelly, nah, I don't need food. I had such a big dinner. It's not even funny. I think I probably gained 5 pounds from dinner. LA. Let me take a look real quick. I know there were some storms over in LA. I'll take a look at my phone. An idea of what we're looking at there. I know there was a severe thunderstorm warning earlier over in LA. Let's see. LA is completely drying out, it looks like. I don't think you'll see much more tonight. Very isolated activity. But overall, you should be fine, Tina. Thank you, Andy, as well as Kit Kat for subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome. Thank you, thank you. And I appreciate everybody super chatting tonight. Anyone that became, you didn't come, I can't talk. No new members tonight, but anybody that did subscribe tonight, if you've even been watching, I appreciate you guys a lot. A great live stream so far. Oh, and Hastings. Oh, sorry. I got you, Tina. Hastings right now, it looks to mainly be rain from here on out. There might be still some gusty winds, but rain will continue to move down to the south and east. Overall, the rain probably will end in an hour to an hour and a half for a rough estimate. But the wind probably will be dying down. I'm not sure how the concerts go in Hastings. I'm not sure if it, if it's an outdoor event where you need to have no rain at all, but rain probably will not end until at least another hour. LA's lower Alabama. Yeah, that too. We're not in Alabama, though. Long Island got some rain today. That's good. Good to hear. Michael with the $20 super chat. I really do appreciate that, Michael. Thank you. Appreciate the hard work. I appreciate that, Michael. Really do appreciate your support. Appreciate you tuning in as well. Appreciate that very generous super chat. Thank you. All three of your kids are like, yeah, that's honestly, I feel bad for you. I mean, it's obviously a lot of this came out of nowhere. I know for a lot of people, it caught people off guard. But overall, it's going to be mainly rain, I think, for the next couple of hours. There will still be some thunder and lightning probably ongoing for the next hour in Hastings. But overall, rain probably for the next hour to an hour and a half. And then after that, it'll start to wind down a little bit more. How about St. Louis? St. Louis probably will not see a whole lot tonight. I think for the most part, if you see anything, it's going to be maybe an isolated shower or storm. There's a low-end chance for severe weather, I believe, over in, not really near St. Louis, but it's over in eastern portions, primarily of Illinois as well as Indiana. There is actually a severe thunderstorm warning south of St. Louis, but that's going off to your south and east. You probably won't see much, though, tonight. Maybe some scattered showers. That'll be about it. Possibly a little bit of heavy rain along with that. Yeah, there is a possibility, again, of a new severe thunderstorm watch in northern Kansas as well. Again, Michael, I do appreciate your super chat, as well as Shelly. I don't know if Shelly's still here. I think you've been here this entire live stream. I appreciate your $50 super chat from earlier. Hammer Nano with the $5 one from earlier. Appreciate you guys all a lot. Thank you, Randy and David, for subscribing. Thank you, team, for the update. I got you. Yeah, obviously, the rain is no help for those sort of situations, especially during concerts. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued. That does include Red Cloud, Superior, Nelson, Oak, Ruskin, Edgar, as well as Clay Center, Harvard, and Blue Hill. Obviously, the radar site there. All these include the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as some penny size hail. So that's moving down to the southeast. That's our latest warning in this area. Thanks, Wilson. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, Shell, I forgot. Yeah, your Pacific Coast. Yeah. You're probably going to be here until I go off. Hey, Pilot, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Yeah, Nashville does need some rain. You might get some, I don't know if you'll get any really in the short term. Maybe, possibly tomorrow, but it's a pretty low chance. There's going to be some isolated severe weather tomorrow. I will not go live for that, most likely, in the through areas like Tennessee, as well as Arkansas, as well as through areas in the Ohio Valley, Eastern Ohio Valley. Again, I might go live on Monday, not confirmed. Tuesday, I will almost definitely be live. So, again, you can keep update on our Discord server, !Discord, or the link down in the description. We have all of our schedule updates on there for live streams and stuff like that. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate it. Have you ever subscribed to your own channel, Max Velocity? No, I don't think you can even do that. Eastern Indiana going to get anything? Probably a low-end chance, Luke, but I think it's going to be pretty low for you tonight. Oki said there's 100% full refunds for the concert, by the way. Oh, for the free concert. Oh, sorry. Never mind. That was a joke. I kind of read that too far. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate it. All right, let's go back to the radar. We actually have a pretty decent storm here near the Blue Hill site here. Let me take a look at the hail radar. It's actually a decent little area, though, here near Blue Hill. In terms of maybe a little bit of a developing storm. Yeah, okay, that actually it does not look to be much of a hail, at least in the latest scan. There's still possibly some pea-sized hail going here through Hastings, as I mentioned before. It's probably down to pea-size, if anything, now. At least anywhere in front of this storm. But possibly near the Blue Hill side, it looks like we have a little bit of hail trying to... It looks like maybe a small little pea to, half-inch sized hail storm right there near Blue Hill trying to develop. Overall, mainly going to be rain, though, I would expect, and maybe some damaging winds up to 60. Again, ongoing 60-mile-per-hour windstorm still is ongoing for those in far southern Nebraska. This will, again, go into Kansas here pretty soon. Outflow boundary, as I mentioned before, that's kind of where my black line is. That's representing your outflow boundary as of right now. I appreciate that, Melanie. I'm honestly surprised I live streamed this long. I really expected this to be a 1 hour live stream, and that'll be it, because I didn't think there'd be this big of an outbreak at this point. It's not an outbreak. I mean, it's pretty close to an outbreak, at least for Nebraska. But yeah, there was a lot of things that came out of nowhere. I don't know about that, Shelly. Never know, but I think 50K is kind of a bit of a overestimate. Yeah, Gregory, I don't doubt it. If you have any videos, by the way, if any of the lightning and whatnot, if you have a lightning show or anything like that, feel free to send those into our Twitter or anything like that, or as well as our Facebook page. Thank you, Deborah, for the $20 tip. I really do appreciate that as well. Man, you guys are going crazy with tips and super chats and everything tonight. Thank you for streaming the weather live and saving lives. I appreciate that, Deborah. Thank you. Really do appreciate your support. Yeah, I do appreciate everybody's donations and super chats, and even if you're just tuning in and being a viewer tonight, really do appreciate that. Again, Reed and Brandon for stopping by. I do appreciate you guys stopping by as well. There's no, guys, I'm not getting to 1 million subscribers. It's just not possible. Unless I go TikTok famous, which I'm not. I don't even really do TikTok that much. I do have a TikTok, but I really don't upload to it that often. Oh, by the way, if you guys are normal viewers, by the way, videos will start to be a bit more of every other day, unless there's significant severe weather that's in that current day, or if there's like some sort of hurricane, I might have daily forecasts for those, but I'm going to try to start doing every other day forecast. I did not upload a forecast today, for example, so just a little bit of an update there if you guys are normal viewers here. Thank you. I keep forgetting to update the counter. The counter is pretty new, so I haven't really used it too much, but hey, sweet, how you doing? Thank you, Deborah, as well as, again, Michael. Appreciate you guys. We have a new wind report coming in of 70 miles per hour now from a National Weather Service employee over in Pauline. So this is actually an area where we had a pretty decent little bit of velocities kind of increase here. So we're now up to 70 miles per hour in this area. Looks like the winds, though, overall are probably a little bit lower now. I'm still seeing around maybe up to 60. So the winds at one point here, not very long ago, were possibly as high as possibly about 60 to 65, maybe 70. So that's our latest report from that location. Look back over here. And that was over in Pauline. So we have a new confirmation again of 70 miles per hour. Sweet, not really. I don't really do any storm chasing. I might someday, though. Going to Kansas? Yes, Kim, these will be going into Kansas. But probably only into northern Kansas. $1,000 for an electric bill? What was your temperature set at? I know, obviously, I know a lot of people, you know, kind of talking about it. The gas prices went up, so obviously the electrical costs will go up too with that, but I think this upcoming month might be a little bit cheaper. Thanks, Deborah. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you with the, again, $20 tip, or a little $20 tip from earlier. My house is always set at like 80 degrees, so regardless of the temperature. Little hook near Fairfield. It's not really a hook. It's not anything we got concerned about. There has been a little bit of rotation here. It kind of looks like. I'm not really that concerned about, though, at least about a tornado threat at this point. There might be like a brief tornado again, but I think the overall threat is pretty low. The low-level jet is just so weak tonight. The overall threat is very low to begin with. But again, we had a 70 mile per hour wind report come in here, so 79. That's what it's set at, really? Mine's set at 80, so. Sergeant, this is in extreme southern Nebraska. It's going to be entering into Kansas, though, here pretty soon. Yeah, we've had some pretty potent storms. As mentioned before, this live stream is not meant to be that long, but we had a lot of severe weather. We also had almost quarter-sized hail. It was about nickel-sized hail over in Beaver City from earlier. That's another report that we just had coming in there. Again, we had a tornado possible a little while ago. Possibility for a tornado that might have been on the ground briefly over in Caro. But again, no confirmation on that yet. We'll have probably more information on that tomorrow. Again, we'll keep you updated on Twitter and as well as our Discord server with the latest on that. No problem, Sergeant. Thank you, 350 Racing, as well as Ron, JB, and Sweet for all subscribing. I appreciate it, guys. Broken Bow had a 90 mile per hour wind a little while. It was earlier. That was pretty close to the beginning of the stream that we had pretty significant weather there. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. I just got your message. Appreciate that. Discord server, let me go ahead and put it in chat. Nightbot will post it. If you want to join our Discord server, you can click the link there. By the way, this office chair, by the way, is so much better than my last one, I'm telling you. It was worth the investment. The other office chair I got from Costco a while ago. Not worth it. It was just so bad. This one's really comfortable. I'm kind of glad I got it. I've been doing this live stream for almost 3 hours now. I've been able to sit throughout this entire... I haven't taken a break at all, and I usually do, but... yeah, this chair is great. Snap map over in Broken Bow, and there's a whole tree down. Yeah, there was 90-mile-per-hour winds in Broken Bow earlier. Also in... I can't remember how to pronounce this name. Where is it? I have to look at it to pronounce it. We're back up here to the north. Oh, yeah, we actually have many tree limbs down over in Broken Bow with several streets blocked in Broken Bow. So that was the latest report there. Anselmo, that was the other area that had a 90-mile-per-hour wind report. There's 70 over here in Ansley. There was also, again, a fallen cloud reported northwest of Grand Island from earlier. A storm chaser, again, reported up to 80-mile-per-hour winds in Cairo, and as well as a brief tornado possible there. And our latest report, again, was a 70-mile-per-hour wind report from a National Weather Service employee over in Pauline. So, had a lot tonight. Again, we've been live for the entire thing. It's been... pretty sure nobody else has been really live streaming it, which... obviously, nobody really expected it. I only went live again just because, you know, there's some minimal severe weather, but haven't done a live stream probably for at least 3 or 4 days now. Yeah, 90 miles per hour. I'm not lying. There was actually 2 reports of that. There was one by an emergency management person or some sort of, or it was actually deputies, police deputies up in Anselmo. And there was also a report from the airport, I believe, over in Broken Bow. So it lasted possibly as long as 30 minutes. We just don't know the exact timing, but there was... winds lasting there for a while, possibly. Or there might have been 2 different occurrences. We just, again, National Weather Service will kind of confirm that tomorrow. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Can I link the chair? Yeah, let me find... I don't know. I don't remember what chair this is. Let me look real quick. Right here. Yeah, but if you need a new office chair, this actually is a pretty good one. All right, that's the chairs in the chat that I have. Hey, Kenley, how you doing? Ah, no, you're good. Appreciate it. Oh, really? That's weird. I'll have to fix the channel rules. I don't even know why I added it, to be honest. They don't really do anything. I appreciate that, Kenley. Appreciate it a lot. Do I ever forecast? What do you mean? I forecast all the time. Oh, I mean video forecasts? I have video forecasts typically every other day. Now, I'm trying to do them more every other day now, but I will probably start doing them a bit more every other day. I used to do them daily, though. Yesterday's video forecast actually did really well. I was kind of surprised. I didn't make one today. There was nothing really to make a forecast about today other than this big event, which I went live for, so... Yes, Kelly, I do. Hey, you too, Zero. Appreciate you tuning in. Things are getting crazy over in Arizona. There's been a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings over in southern Arizona. Still, actually, there's some in Phoenix right now. Over in Sunrise, Glendale. Mainly just winds, but yeah, there's actually 2 severe thunderstorm warnings over in Sunrise, Glendale, and as well as over in Phoenix. Interesting. Melanie, join our Discord server if you haven't already. If you don't join our Discord server, you can't apply for mod. We actually have moderator applications for chat moderators open. You have to be on our Discord server, though. It's in the announcements tab. So, again, Discord link is in the description below. We are looking for moderators, but you have to be in the Discord server for that. But social media, not really. I typically do all the social media stuff on my own. I don't really want to hire anybody either, because it's just kind of a waste of money at this point. I don't even make enough to begin with to even do that, but... Correct Michaels. Monsoon activity? I mean, that's kind of what's going on down there. It's more of just isolated activity, though. It's not anything too crazy. We do have a high pressure ridge actually starting to build in off to the west now. It's kind of moving off into the western plains, into the western USA, or at least that's supposed to happen over the next few days, so we will start to see the overall activity start to dwindle a little bit over that direction. This won't be a derecho. The derechos have to be around 200 to at least 200 miles wide, usually 250. or 240 to be exact. They also have to be producing winds for several hours. This has not been going on for that long. It's been only going for about 2.5 hours at the most, and it's starting to dwindle a little bit more. It is possibly going to be a like a little small MCS though. That's possibly it might possibly be something, but that'll be about it. Hot doesn't make for good forecasting. I mean, I could make a little video about the heat wave, but I mean, who wants to watch that when they're already having to bear with the heat? I don't think people would want to watch it just purely due to the fact they don't want to hear more about the heat. It's going to be lasting forever. Hey, Kayla, how you doing? Welcome. Kelly, has to be longer than 240 miles, though. Or at least, I'm pretty sure it's 240. Might have been 200, but I'm pretty sure it's 240. But for derecho, it has to be like 240. And this has been nowhere close to 240 miles wide. I mean, if you look at right now, by the way, just for example, this is the area of possible damaging winds. 23 miles here. It's probably about another 30 this way. That's it. It's maybe 50 miles right now, the most. So we're not looking at a derecho by any means. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, you said no derecho. Oh, sorry. I thought you said it was a derecho. Good to hear, Christopher. Good to hear. Thank you, Brian, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you have subscribed and I have not said your name or anything like that, I do apologize. I do appreciate everybody subscribing. We're only 3 subscribers from 10,800. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, I would appreciate it. Try to at least hit that goal for tonight. And if you haven't liked the live stream as well, we're 16 likes from 750. Let's try to end off on a good note there as well. You're from, the 2020 derecho over in Iowa. That derecho was crazy. There's some severe weather, by the way, over in southeastern portions of Missouri. This is near Marble Hill. 60-mile-per-hour winds, the main threat, quarter-sized tail. Nothing too crazy, but I'll be going toward Whitewater a little bit later. Moving off to the east as of right now. So nothing too crazy, but a little bit of a update there. I also got some other storm activity back up here to the, basically where the other marginal risk of severe weather is. There are some strong storms ongoing here. Nothing too crazy. Again, quarter-sized tail, winds up to maybe 65 could be possible with these storms as well as they move off to the northeast or so. That's kind of the direction, east and east-northeast. Okay, let's go back over here. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. You're good, Kelly. You're good. No problem at all. Hey, Queen. How you doing? Welcome. Can't wait for my coverage on Tuesday. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I will likely have a live stream on Tuesday. It's very likely. Okay, make sure to join our Discord server. I'll kind of keep you posted with all that. Hey, Moxie, I don't know how long you've been gone, but there's been a lot of stuff. I don't know when you last left. Got a lot of tornado warnings. It's kind of winding down now, which is good news overall, but I've had a lot of severe weather. That is without a doubt. Make over here real quick. What this command is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and link our socials all in the chat. Click that link if you want to follow us on any of our platforms. Again, we're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Follow us on all those platforms if you haven't already. Nightbot just posted that in the chat. I do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. That's going to do it for this live stream. I know it's been a long one. I was actually not expecting it to be 3 hours. It's not really long, but it feels kind of long to me. I do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Really do appreciate everybody's support. Again, all the super chats tonight. Shelly, $50 super chat. That was the top donation. I really do appreciate that. That's a really generous donation. Mike as well, $20 super chat. Very generous as well. Really do appreciate you as well. The $20 tip as well from Deborah. Really do appreciate you. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, all the kind words. I do appreciate you guys a lot. All the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys as well. Any other super chats I missed, I do appreciate it. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Nelson, Superior, Ruskin, and Oak in Davenport. That just got condensed, so it's a little bit further to the east. But other than that, that's it for tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, we might go live again Monday, if not, possibly Tuesday. So again, make sure to join our Discord server. You can click the link in the chat for the latest on all that sort of stuff. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, appreciate you guys all. Thank you all for, again, 10,000 subscribers. It's a crazy milestone. And again, Reed Timmer as well as Brandon. I appreciate you guys both stopping by tonight. Really do appreciate if you're still here. All right, have a great rest of your night, guys, and we might be going back live on Monday or Tuesday. Stay tuned. Again, our Discord server will be the best place to figure that stuff out. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again soon.